subtle changes in pace.
This is absolutely spectacular.
And from nowhere.
Full stretch. Absolutely stunning.
Look at his face.
It doesn't get better than this.
Oh, that's unbelievable. That is utterly incredible.
Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Sevens Cricket Stadium Oval number 1. We are here for the Lancashire Lightning and Lancashire Thunder pre-season tour of the UAE 2022. Fabulous contest coming up between the Lancashire men's and women's team playing alongside the UAE. Thank you so much to our co-sponsors Emirates and Hilton for bringing this tournament to light. And it's a fabulous setup, and we don't have any time to waste. 11 a.m. local time will be the start of the game. Let's go straight away to Abid Ibrahim with the pitch report.
Welcome everyone to this Sevens Stadium, a beautiful ground and a beautiful day to play. This is a pre-season Lancashire Thunder's taking on the UAE 11 women's, and we are at the pitch for the day. It is a beautiful day, and the pitch, if you look at the pitch, it is very dry, yes, but then there is a lot of assist for the spinners because they will have a perfect grip. But spin for the fast bowlers, they can use the right spots where they can actually get the ball skid on. So there is a lot for the spinners and the fast bowlers. If I'm the captain, I'll opt in to bowl first in this condition and then restrict the opponents and play accordingly. Well, it's a perfect day. Let's see what the captain does after.
Well, thank you very much, Abid. Looking a very grassy and dry surface there, and now he's joining me in the comm box. Good morning, Abid.
Very good morning, Ahmed. Looking forward to this exciting contest. It's where the pre-season tour friendlies of Lancashire Thunders taking on the UAE women's. Excellent day out there, breezy, a lot of dry conditions in the pitch. Perfect day. We are expecting this to be an amazing. I think it's all about the conditions, that how you can avail these. I think what I gave my point of view is that to go and choose fielding first, because there will be extra energy and the wind is blowing, you can use one end. But I think the conditions is perfect, and we're just about getting things prepared with the two skippers down there in the middle with Ahmed Khwaja for the toss.
Right, guys, I'm here for the toss for the game between Lancashire Thunder and the UAE women's national team, but it's going to be slightly different because it's a pre-season friendly, so we're going to have a bit of fun, a bit of banter with the two questions here, with the two captains here, pardon me. I have Chaya Mughal, the captain of the UAE national team, and of course Ellie Thralkill, the captain of Lancashire Thunder. So the question is going to be, I'm going to ask Beth Mooney, is the #1 ranked T20I batter in the world. You have to guess her rating points. I'll give you a clue, it's between 700 and 800. Completely wild guess. Whoever gets closest will win the toss. Chaya, what do you think?
Well, I think 743.
Ellie?
767.
Okay, the actual answer is 724. So Chaya, you have won the toss. You've had a look at the pitch. What have you decided?
I think we're going to bat first.
And yeah.
Yeah, because it's just the morning. There's no dew. There's nothing. We don't know the opponents. So it's always an advantage to bat first. We want to set the target.
And what do you think would be a good target on the surface?
Well, preparing for our global qualifiers, we are aiming at around 150 to 160.
All right, best of luck for today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ellie, you're having to bowl first on this deck. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. I think I'd have chosen to bowl first anyway. I think after a big winter, this is our first game back outdoors. So, yeah, I think it'd be good for all the girls to get around each other in the field. Don't think the pitch is going to change too much either. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy.
So have you overcome the jet lag? Have you gotten out and about in Dubai yet, or it's all been about the cricket?
Yeah, we've had a few good days training. Not done much sightseeing yet, but yeah, worked pretty hard over the last couple of days. So hopefully we can take that into today.
Right, then best of luck for the game.
Thank you.
Right then, news from the centre is that the UAE women's national team have won the toss and elected to bat first. Back to the comm box.
Thank you very much, Ahmed Khwaja. The news from the middle is that UAE women's have won the toss and have elected to bat first, and it's a different and a very friendly toss out there. An excellent day. What a brilliant start of the tournament we are having. And exciting. The weather is also a very friendly as this game is. A beautiful day to bat, and I think the UAE women's have to choose to bat first, and they're looking to put some score on board. And immediately I got back in the com box. Ahmad Khwaja, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Abid. Very hot and blustery conditions out there. And as you mentioned, the pitch is looking a touch dry. There might be something in there for the spinners. But the UAE women's captain, Chaya Mughal, she wanted to bat first. She said, we don't know a lot about the opposition and we don't know a lot about the pitch. So it's always safer to bat first. Do you agree with that, though?
Well, for the first point, I do not agree with her because I'm sure these women are very expert, and nowadays looking at the broadcasting and if you go through the seasons and everywhere, I think these ladies, thanks to the social medias and everything, they know the opponents very well. If you didn't get along much, you didn't play with each other, but then you can understand, you can read the opponent well. But this is a friendly game, so I think that doesn't really matter so much there. But now they have choose to bat first. I think they'll be looking to score somewhere 110, 120 runs. I think the bowlers will enjoy the conditions more.
Absolutely. And the Lancashire Thunder skipper, Ellie Threlkill, during the toss told me that she would have had a bowl first on this surface. I think that's always the safer tactic these days in white ball cricket. To bowl first, restrict the opposition, and then whatever target you can assess and plan accordingly.
Yeah, probably she heard me telling that pitch report. I think that should be the call. I was surprised by the captain, Shaya Mughal, choosing to bat first in this very dry conditions. Whereas the day progresses, the pitch will get a bit settled and easy to bat on. But in this start where you have the grass, and tell you what, this grounds has not been very friendly to the crickets nowadays. It's definitely will be a few rest day for the pitch. There might be a moisture, a difficult call. But yes, the pitch looked dry, it's hard and solid, but those grass on it can be the X factor.
Right then, meanwhile, till the teams get prepared to come out in the middle, I've been joined by Warren Hegg, ex-Lancashire keeper, Lancashire great, and now the logistics manager for the county. Good morning, Warren.
Good morning. How you doing? Great to be here.
Absolutely. A bit of a change here from Manchester, slightly, I would say.
Manchester, January and February is very, very cold. It's not very conducive to good cricket, let's say. That's why we love coming to Dubai. We love coming to the Seven Stadium. You know, great facilities, and the girls are really looking forward to this first game.
And of course, this is your first tour after the COVID pandemic. You've been here in the past in 2018 and 19, but a landmark movement. It's both the men's and the women's sides doing a pre-season tour of the UAE this year.
Absolutely. As we know, cricket for the ladies is growing and growing and growing. It's getting stronger. It's developing, and with equal rights now, we feel it only right that the girls have that opportunity to come to the UAE, play in great conditions, in very, very hot sunshine, and hopefully their game will develop as we go on.
And of course, you have plenty of big guns at the Cricket World Cup as well, representing England out there. So perhaps missing their presence a bit, or it's all good, it's all about pre-season?
No, you know what, it's all about pre-season, you know, the opportunity, like you mentioned, we've got Kate Cross away, we've got Sophie Eccleston away in the Women's World Cup, integral parts of our ladies' side. But I always say that when one door closes, another one opens, for the opportunity for some of our younger players to come in and show what they can do.
Well, you have mentioned the news prospects. Of course, we know about Ellie Threlkeld. She's been with the England A side. Tell me more about your squad. Who else do we need to watch out for?
Well, Ellie's absolutely a great little player. She's a great prospect for us coming into the Thunder side. A great wicket keeper. I've done a lot of work with her over the last couple of years, and she's going from strength to strength, not just with the keeping, but with the batting. We all know these days in white ball cricket that wicket keepers have to bat these days, and Ellie is no different. She's worked equally as hard on her batting, so really, really excited to see how she develops over the next couple of years. We've got a young player, 17-year-old Seren Small, who we've had lots of high hopes for Seren. She's a good player. She's a strong player, strong shots all around the ground. But she's young, so like again, these opportunities that we're giving the girls are fantastic.
And of course, Lancashire being one of the most famous counties, you've had players like Wasim Akram, Clive Lloyd, yourself, of course, Neil Fairbrother, Mike Atherton. So that legacy, and now you're stepping into women's cricket. That's good. That has a very rich history that you need to live up to. Is there a bit of pressure with that as well?
Very much so. You mentioned history. You mentioned history and heritage around Lancashire cricket, around the Red Rose. Great players. I had the honour of keeping wicket to Wasim Akram for 5-6 years. Mutaya Muralitharan for all those years. So the great Clive Lloyd was one of our overseas players. Sourav Ganguly, VVS Laxman. You know, the list is endless of players that have come through the Red Rose, and we treat them as one of the family. And yes, history, heritage does come with a lot of pressure, but it's an opportunity. And I always say to the girls that, you know, you're here to apply your skills, your trade. But most of all, enjoy the game. Enjoy the game.
And of course, women's cricket has grown by leaps and bounds exponentially over the last 4 or 5 years, especially since the World Cup in England in 2017. What a game that was.
It's incredible, wasn't it? Excitement. I mean, any game that finishes like that is so excitement, and it was such a fillip for the game. To bring new players into the game, to get them excited. You know, people were talking about that match. You know, the people that weren't interested in cricket. So brilliant for the women's game.
And of course, you do mention the introduction to the women's game. The 100 has had a huge impact. We've seen the screens, we've seen the crowds. There are young kids, toddlers all over the place watching cricket, watching the cricketing heroes and heroines. Tell us a bit more about the impact of the 100.
The 100's been amazing. I had a lot to do with the Manchester Originals last year, and it was a concept of white ball cricket. It's fast, it's exciting, it's dynamic. It's it's the next step from 2020 cricket, I suppose. But you know, we've got a great system in the UK. The 2020 game is the Vitality Blast is as strong as ever. And you know, it's now been followed by the 100, where the best players in the world will come over to make hopefully the 100 competition, you know, as strong as your IPLs and your Pakistan Super Leagues and your Big Bash, etc.
Absolutely, we've seen the likes of Luke Wood, and we've seen Liam Livingstone, Joss Butler, Saqib Mahmood on Test Tour, Matt Parkinson as well. Need no introduction to those. But let's focus on women's cricket here. The scouting and talent acquisition? How does that process work for women's cricket?
It's a really good question. It's a really good question. It's growing and growing as the years go on. We have a very, very thorough system that brings our players through and identifies those players in recreational club grounds. We have camps, we have development centres, we have the Lancashire development centres specifically for girls to come through, be introduced to the game, learn the skills at a very basic level, feed those girls into specific clubs around their area in the Lancashire area, and if they start to develop, they're identified early, as you mentioned, brought into the academy, and hopefully one day they'll put on the Red Rose and the Thunder logos, and hopefully one day wearing the Three Lions of England.
Absolutely, and the proof is in the pudding when you have the likes of Kate Cross and Sophie Eccleston representing England, winning World Cups and creating honours not just for English cricket, for Lancashire cricket as well. So they have that pathway right to the very top.
Yes, and we feel it's very important that we feel it's very important that they're given that opportunity at a very, very early stage to learn. And this tour here in the UAE is part of the development, that when they get home to play in the domestic cricket in the UK, we hope we see some benefits from it.
Right then, thank you very much to Warren Hegg for joining me in the comm box. We'll just take a short break, getting some logistical issues sorted out, but the live action will begin very, very soon. Stay tuned. Right then, everyone, welcome back to the Sevens Stadium Oval number 1. We're all set for the hostilities to resume, and joining me in the comm box for this first session of play is Mr. Warren Hegg. Good morning, Mr. Warren.
Good morning. Delighted to be here, excited as well. I think it's going to be a good game. Some good players on show. It looks a really, really good pitch. It's really hot. Probably a bit too hot for our girls coming from Manchester from the winter, like we said, but, you know, it's a great opportunity for them to shine.
Well, I was just having a chat with Ellie before the toss, and I was like, what was the weather like in England? And she's like 3 degrees. So we're here in 33 degrees at the peak of the morning, early afternoon. Good luck to you then.
Thank you very much. Yeah, opening in the bowling. He's one of our players that made a bit of a breakthrough season. Laura Jackson last year with the new ball. Done a lot of work with Kate Cross, our England star, and she's gone from bounds and bounds of improvement over the winter, and looking forward to seeing how she goes.
Yeah, it did look a pretty dry, patchy surface, and Ellie Threckle did say on the toss she wanted to bowl first, so everybody got what they wanted. The UAE openers out there in the middle as well. And this will be the official kickoff of the Lancashire Thunder pre-season tour. Just gently swinging away from the bat, bit of an inside edge.
Nice start from Laura. It's always nervous as an opening bowler, new ball in your hand. Get the first one in and around the right area, make the batsman think a little bit. Moving forward, you mentioned Ellie before. I think on this wicket, it's a really, really good flat wicket. I think we'll see Ellie up to the stumps quite a lot for the opening bowlers, and she can show her skills.
Once again, keeping a touch low there and giving us a wide. A bit harsh there, perhaps, but beyond the tram lines.
Absolutely, yeah. Got to stick within the rules, and Laura not quite hitting the straps on that one. It'll be a bit nervous for the girls. They've been inside now for 5 months, using their skills in the indoor game. So this is the first game that they'll come outside, play on turf against what we believe is a very, very talented UAE team.
And just like Warren called it, the keeper has come up to the stumps. Nicely bowled there. And you're talking about the first ball for the fast bowler. What about for the keeper feeling the first ball coming into the gloves nice and snug? What does that feel like?
Absolutely. You know, every day's different as a keeper, and your timing's got to be on. As soon as that first ball is bowled, you could be playing any game. Whether we played in a test match, a one-day international, a 2020 ad. As long as that ball goes in first, we're on track.
Laurie coming in once again. And I think she's using that wind really well. It's quite blustery out there, and she's getting a lot of movement away from the batter.
She is, and as you say, let's talk about Ellie as well. Ellie and Laura have played together a long time, so Ellie will know what Laura is trying to do here. She's not the fastest bowler in the world, but her skills, slower ball, change-up ball, are really skillful. So Ellie's immediately putting some pressure onto the opening batsman who's looking to get the ball away.
This time tries to drive that away, finds the cover fielder shy at the stumps, and safely done. It's Tirtha who has been facing first up for the UAE women's national team. So taking players of international pedigree on, that's only going to put them in good stead for the future.
Absolutely, yeah. We love to play against better players, and I always say that, you know, you only improve unless you play against other players. Good little stop there from Sachi at cover. She'll feel better for herself.
Nicely
onto the front foot. Ooh. And again tacking the ball.
I think it's just a bit of a bubble there, getting beyond Sachi, but only a single conceded, and I think Tirtha will feel a lot better getting off the mark.
Absolutely, nice strong shot through the covers, middle of the bat. Bit of a misfield from Sachi at that time to let the batsman get away, but like I say, it looks a good pitch. It looks no pace in it whatsoever. I think there might be some runs scored today.
Well, you are mentioning Sachi. Please tell us more about her skills. What kind of a batter, bowler? What are her principal skills?
Sachi does a bit of everything. She's a good, strong batsman in the middle order. She bowls a little bit of seam. She's a good fielder. She's a great team person. You know, she's up and about. She's the live wire in the dressing room. And, you know, we're looking forward to see how she does. You see there a bit of movement. The right-handed batsman now comes into strike. And Laura is predominantly into that right-handed batsman. That's really good, and the coach will be really pleased that skill's being shown there. She looks to get batsmen bowled, LBW. That's the majority of her dismissals.
Well, that has concluded the first over here. It's 2 for no loss.
joined us from Yorkshire.
Well, the new bowler coming in is Phoebe Graham. Tell us more about her, Warren.
Phoebe's exciting cricket. She's one of the more experienced cricketers in our group. She's joined us from over the border in the Yorkshire side. But
that's going to rankle a few.
That rankles a few. But you know what? The limited times we've had with Phoebe, she's been she's a true professional. She's a good fast bowler. She hits the ball very, very hard, and again, she brings that element of experience to a very, very young Thunder side at the moment. So looking forward to seeing how she goes. Really, she's got a great attitude. She's going to need all the attitude she can get on a pitch like this. Bowl straight, don't give much width, and hopefully that'll pay dividends.
Yep, absolutely. Not looking at quick surface immediately. You will have to be very, very accurate with your lines.
Yeah, just one run off the first over. 2 overs gone. This is the start of the second over, I should say. Phoebe Graham, new ball in her hand. Let's see how she goes.
Slip in place. Oh, just beating that outside edge there. Trying to punch off the back foot there. Not a very safe tactic against the new ball. Have to be careful.
Absolutely. Real rhythmical run-in from Phoebe there, wasn't it? She looked like she's hit her straps really, really early. I can't tell from here whether she's got the wind or not. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, definitely feels like she's going against it. Perhaps taller, more experienced than Laurie Jackson. Sliced away this time to deep third out there. So it's going to be a pretty sedate start. You had a look at the track. What do you think is a good target to chase here, Warren?
You know, I think anything over 120 will be a good total. Good total today. If we can keep the UAE team under that total, I think we've got a good chance. Like you say, it's a very young, inexperienced team, not used to playing against quality maybe as good as this. But the wicket's good, and you know there'll be a lot of players looking to put a performance in early doors.
Absolutely, never hurts to catch the eye of the coaching staff going into what should be a very exciting English domestic season. Lots of competitions, the Kia Super League, the Vitality Blast, and of course the 100. Everybody will be eyeing to play in that. Edged and just falling short of the first slip there. And you can see immediately, even though Phoebe is a tall lass, but not getting that bounce at all.
Yeah, it's a great start from Phoebe. This she looks like she's running in really smoothly. She looks like she's hitting the pitch, and she looks like she's hitting her at angles. There we see a genuine outside edge that's not carried. I don't think it'll be long before we see Ellie up to the stumps for Phoebe as well.
Yeah, the batters will need to create the pace on the ball here. This time, towards mid-wicket, quick single, chance for a run out, and just about getting there in time.
A good run for the UAE batsman. Good run. They'll find it if the Thunder are bowling tight lines. They've got to change the tactics a little bit. Look for the short one. Straight away there, it was a hit and it was a run. And in the end, a really, really safe single.
Absolutely. Calling and communication is the key. You must have had some nightmare runners in your day, Warren.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it was especially. I think I was one of them. I needed to get off the mark very quickly. so the batsman at the other end was like a cat on a hot tin roof when I was batting, I'm afraid.
Especially you were a live wire batting at 6 and 7. Always all action. Down the leg side. It has beat the keeper, and it will be 5 wide. So some extra runs here for the UAE women's team.
Yeah, a bit of bounce there, wasn't there? A bit of just down the leg side from Phoebe Graham. Great wrist action, as you see. Just got the wrong line. Ellie will be pretty disappointed that she didn't lay a glove on that, and like you say, off to the boundary for 4 wides.
Of course, being a keeper, a test wicket keeper himself, Warren is watching Ellie quite closely.
Yeah, I must admit, whatever cricket I watch, whether it be IPL, whether it be first class, I always have an eye for the wicket keepers to see the technique, see what their attitude is, and you know what, some really good wicket keepers around the world now.
Speaking of technique, we saw Ben Foakes complete a take the other day against Chris Wokes down the leg side. Absolutely stunning. Made it look at easy as pie. Nicely bowled on a length.
Very well played. The UAE batsman looks really, really accomplished there. She's coming forward. She's pushing it into the offside to a ball again that's right on the money. It's right on the money. It's got a good pace. It bounced a little bit, and the batsman played it with ease.
Well, let's talk a bit about wicket keeping here, Warren. It's a thankless task. You only get the limelights when you drop a catch or commit some howlers. So what is the key for young cricketers coming up to improve the wicket keeping skills?
Do you know what? It's all about hard work. As again, pushed in, quick single, and a little bit of a fumble, but it's all about hard work. And we talk about wicket keepers, and you get out what you put into the game. You know, where the head coach Paul Shaw works tirelessly with his wicket keepers because it is for me still one of the most important roles in the fielding side. They run the fielding, they're live wire in the dressing room, but you've got to work really, really hard. It doesn't matter what you look like. It's the end result that is the most important. How you look and how you dress, it doesn't matter if you drop the ball. You've got to catch the ball 99.9% time out of 100.
Well, you could look like a rock star like MS Dhoni, or you could look like Jack Russell. It doesn't matter.
It's a very good analogy. Yeah, and both brilliant wicket keepers in their own mind. Laura onto the third over. The UAE 7 for no wicket.
9 for no loss, rather. Still a slip in place for Laura. Oh, flicked away. Bit of a stifled appeal.
Another great
given
take.
as a wide, though.
Great take by Ellie there. She gets a lot of leg side stumpings off Laura. You know, she brings the ball into the right-handed batsman. It moves late. Ellie's really, really sharp down the leg side. She still gets stumped off a wide.
Absolutely. A rare dismissal, but I'm sure you've done a few of those back in your prime.
Back in a long, long time ago now.
Back in black and white television days, perhaps. Bunched away towards the covers, and no run there. So let's talk a bit more about Paul Shaw and his work at Lancashire. Please tell me about him.
Well, Paul Shaw was a former England ladies head coach. Lots and lots of experience in the women's game. He's a guy that doesn't leave any stone unturned. He works with every department possible, the batsmen, the bowlers, the wicket keepers, the fielders, and he wants the girls to be as fit as they possibly can to give themselves the best chance of performing. Fielding is a real big thing of Paul's. Get the ball in quickly, get it to the wicket keeper, look sharp, look tidy, and he works on that tirelessly. You know, he's worked a lot with Laura Jackson here. You know, he works with what Laura has. As you can see, she's predominantly brings the ball into the right-handed batsman, and I think she's a bit more comfortable bowling to the right-hander than the left-hander. She can control it a little bit more. Just as we say that, she comes around the wicket. She comes around the wicket to try and control that swing a little bit. But Shawsey, super guy for cricket, and a very, very accomplished coach.
Lovely drive this time. Fielders flying all over the place at cover. And that's excellent fielding. I think they haven't let them go through for a single as well. Lovely shot and brilliant commitment in the field, as you mentioned.
Yeah, that'll please Shawsey great. I mean, lots of commitment there from Sophia and Sachi. Great stop. Good return to the keepers. We know we're limiting the amount of opportunities to get the batsman off strike.
Steady start here for the UAE women's team. 11 for no loss. This time just tucked away too long on mid-on. Quick single taken. And just a bit of a fumble. They're taking her eyes off the ball. And they'll scamper through for 1.
Yeah, Duckworth missing quite an easy take, really. Should have done a little bit better than that. But
I can feel the coach coming out of you, Warren.
But it's early in the season,
that
so we'll
tone
give her,
of disapproval.
we'll give her a little bit of leeway with it being the first game. But that's all she's going to get. Yeah, it's I'm looking forward. That's a strong shot over the top. Oh, it's a really good cricket shot. Strong cricket shot, waiting for the ball to be under a bat and hitting it. It's a great stop. One of our younger players, Seren Small, there, diving to stack the boundary, but that's the kind of shots that you get out of good, established opening batsmen.
Yeah, through the line of the ball, read the swing, mid-off was in the circle, and you can just see the wind just about pulling the ball in. She timed it relatively well, and that's superb fielding. Shawsey would be happy with that one.
He would be happy with that one. Yeah, the previous ball is forgotten. So this will be a real test for Ellie, because Ellie's not really captained much before. Kate, in the absence of Kate Cross, she's the next senior player. So this will be a test for her early on.
Oh, just keeping a touch low there. Excellent take by Ellie there. That'll conclude the third over. 16 for no loss.
couple of opening rounds, isn't it? It was, you know, the batsmen have not really got on top. The bowlers are just feeling the way. Wicket's really, really good. It's windy, as you mentioned before. Bowling against that wind will be a real challenge for Phoebe Graham. But like you say, she's got the experience, and it's a good start. I think it's equal at the moment.
Not a cloud in the sky, very unfamiliar surroundings. And taking a look at the UAE team there. Tirtha Satish out there, Kavita as well, Chaya Mughal, the skipper, listed at 3, Mahika Gaur, Khushi Sharma, Isha Oza among the batters in there. Plenty of skill, plenty of experience, and of course the UAE women's national team just won the Asia qualifiers for the World Cup qualification, onto the global qualifiers for them. Phoebe continues a bit down the leg side and given as wide.
Yeah, just searching for it against that wind, isn't she? You can see she's reaching for it. When we were out there in the middle, it did seem a very, very a strong wind. It's good that it's good that Phoebe's got that experience, but she'll be scolding herself a little bit, not making the batsman play a little more. Hit the top of off stump with the new ball, whatever standard of cricket you're playing.
Yeah, and it's pretty hot out there as well, exerting a lot of energy. This time, much better, bit of an inside edge squeeze to square leg. And they will scamper through for one. Sachi seems to be everywhere.
She does. The ball's following her at the minute. Yeah, she'll love that. She wants to be part of the game. She wants to be involved in the game. So she's fielding very well. Very impressive at the moment. So who we got to look out for in the UAE team? Bowlers and batsmen?
Of course, the skipper herself.
Yeah.
Chaya Mughal, and of course Khushi Sharma. Her brother is also a very well-established all-rounder. Been in and around the UAE national time, so a lot of pedigree in that family. Oh, lovely ball, pitched up, nice drive as well, solid punch, but mid-off was alert to it.
Yeah, great piece of cricket from everybody there. That's what you've got to do with a new ball. You've got to give the opportunity for that ball to hit the seam, swing, cut off the seam a little bit. The batsman coming forward, strong shot through to mid-off. It was good cricket all round.
And of course, they are pretty tough conditions, so you won't be expecting the new ball bowlers to bowl too long. Oh, perhaps keeping a touch low there. Phoebe losing her footing. Quick single taken within the circle. So good cricket all round.
Terrific running. Yeah, terrific running. And this is what our young team should learn from the UAE team. They're bowling okay, they're not scoring, but they're keeping the runs ticking over. That's a super run from the UAE team, and something that I'm sure Paul Shaw will put in his notes to address at the interval.
18 for no loss after 3.2. Steady start here for UAE women's. Still a slip in place for Phoebe. Down the leg side once again, perhaps brush the pad. No, it's given as a wide. Good take there from Ellie though.
Yeah, really good take. She looks sharp at the minute. Her feet are starting to move. She had a really good session at the ICCA yesterday. She put in a really good shift. We did some standing back drills. We did some standing up drills. So she's one of those players that works really, really hard on a game, and sometimes a little bit too hard on herself.
Well, I was just about to say that. Well, like before the toss, she's like, how long is this going to take? In a very business-like manner. I need to get my catches in. I'm like, how long do you need? And she's like, as long as I like. So I'm like, fair enough. Very, very committed to her craft. Phoebe Graham continues here. The slip has been taken out. Down the leg side, just kicked off the pad. Square leg will get around, but they will get a single.
Another good run from the UAE. Another good run. Phoebe just struggling with the lines at the minute. It looks very, very leg side. Maybe it'd be an opportunity to come round the wicket, tie the batsman up a little bit, and maybe move one of the fielders over to the leg side, so we've got a bit of a ring on. But that's experience that Ellie will bring to the party, and she'll probably learn as the game goes on.
Indeed. 11 runs off her 1.4 over so far for Phoebe Graham. This time just glided down to deep third. Bit of a misfield there, but they won't punish her for that.
The stock shotting in one-day cricket, and the glide down to the offside, off the open face. No real risk, no slips in place. A little bit of width from Phoebe, and a very, very controlled and organised shot by the UAE bats.
Yeah, you can see they've assessed that this pitch doesn't have a lot of life in it, so they've taken out the catches in the slip cordon. Off the pad this time. Fine leg. Will have to give it a bit of a chase. Laura Jackson, well, she won't appreciate that. Having bowled 2 overs in this heat now, running around at deep fine.
I think that's. I was thinking exactly the same thing. And Laura's very, very fair-skinned as well. She'll be feeling the heat in everything. But she's a wholehearted cricketer, is Lauren. She'll love being part of this this momentous game, really, for the first on UAE soil for the Thunder team.
Absolutely, a trailblazing preseason tour. The first time the men's and women's sides are on a preseason tour of the Middle East. Is this the first time overall or just for Lancashire Cricket Club?
I think first time overall that a ladies team has come out here on a solo tour, and it makes it even better when they're touring with the professional men's team. So much experience in that team. Lynn Livingston off to the IPL after this. Dane Villas, the captain, Mark Chilton, Glenn Chappell, bags and bags of experience on the coaching side, and players that are on the cusp of doing better things. Luke Wood played in the Pakistan Super League this year. Phil Salt, our new signing, scored a great 80 against Pakistan a couple of years ago.
I remember that very well, and I am a big fan of the Lahore team in PSL, and he was playing for my squad as we finally got a title. So I'm very, very obliged to Salty for his contributions.
Great player, plays the game in the right
he's
spirit.
He's a brilliant player, absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Oh, we've got to change of mind. Left arm spinner Hannah Jones will be replacing Phoebe. Is that right? She replaced Laura. So she's bowling with the wind. Now you'll find from Hannah, she's a very, very wicket-to-wicket kind of bowler. Doesn't spin the ball too much, but if the batsman misses, it won't be far away from LBW.
Yeah, very true. Just squeezed away to third man for a quick single. Good running here once again between the UAE pair, Tirtha and Kavisha. Building a platform. I don't think you can play more than a runner ball here in these conditions, to be quite frank. It's very hot and very windy.
Absolutely, and I think the UAE team are doing exactly right. I think they're keeping it ticking over. They're hitting the bad ball if they can, but they won't get many bad balls from Hannah. Hannah's very experienced, was an integral part of the Manchester Originals team last year. Lots of high hopes for her in the white ball game, and she's very, very economic.
Just bowling those arm balls, nicely punched to extra. Well, Warren, tell us the ethos and thinking about these preseason tours of like regions like Spain or UAE. It's pretty alien conditions to what you get in England. So what is the ethos behind that?
So yeah, you're exactly right what you say there, and chipped up to mid-off. Yeah, it's all pre-season's all about getting bat and ball, bowlers getting some overs in the legs. Yes, the conditions will be completely different in April in Manchester or in Leeds or down in Hampshire, but it's all about getting confidence for the players, getting the fitness that they've been working so hard on during the winter out there, getting some miles in the legs, catching some balls, and getting their own game to a place where they need to be to hit their straps when they get back to the UK. You're absolutely right what you say. The conditions are totally different. We're playing in short sleeves. In the UK in April, it will be skins and vests, long sleeves, jumpers, and totally alien. But it's all about, as you see there, a really close decision. You can see immediately Jonesy has hit her strap. She takes it slightly in to the right-hander, and like you say, the sweep shot is a very, very risky shot against someone like Jonesy. So the UAE batters will be absolutely on the guard here.
Trying to cut that away too straight.
Excellent start by Hannah. Hit her straps right away. She's growing in stature. You know, we've been blessed over the last few years to have Alex Hartley, the ex-international left-arm spinner, coaching Jonesy through. Paul Shaw has helped her. So, you know, being around someone like Alex has obviously helped the likes of Jonesy in the development of her game.
Just taking a look at the bowling analysis there. Phoebe Graham being a bit expensive, 6.5 for economy rate. 10 extras, that won't please Paul Shaw, but the run rate, they've had a bit of a clamp on it. I think below 5, it's fair enough, especially considering the bowling and the power play.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, let's not forget we are in the power play, and you know, only a couple of fielders outside the circle. Looks really difficult to break that circle unless you're taking a complete risk. I think this afternoon, when the men's game starts, it might be a little bit different. That we take some runs off that power play. But Sophia Turner now is going to replace. It's going to replace Phoebe Graham, another one of our young academy players. First time out the country, first time touring. She'll be really excited about having a game against these good players on a great service, on a great pitch, and she was raring to go. I had a quick chat with her this morning before we started, and she was so excited to get going.
Sophie Turner then getting ready to bowl. Final over of the batting power play.
Immediately, Ellie's up to the stumps, as you can see. She was little seamers. She'll try and trap the batsman on the crease and bowl to a field.
Nice looking flowing drive, but straight to the cover fielder.
Good start from Phoebe. Good start. She'll be pleased with that. She'll be full of nerves. She's represented a senior Thunder side live on TV, so it's got to be quite a daunting experience for a young player.
Well, Warren, you've been there, done it all. How does it feel playing in front of a televised audience, especially Ashes cricket or something like that? You played Test cricket for England,
yes.
So tell us about that feeling compared to a lazy old 4-day game in the Championship.
It's always worse before you actually start. They start the game, the crowd comes in, there's that smell of a big crowd, the concessions, the excitement during a big game, and all of a sudden you get out in there into the middle, the umpires say let's play, and it's just another game of cricket. You know, you've got to focus on what you do strong as a wicketkeeper, as a batsman, as a bowler. There's always going to be those nerves, but as a professional it gets easier and easier within time.
Lovely square drive, beats
Super
the cover
shot.
fielder. Going to pull up. I think it's not going to run away for 4. Touch and go. Yeah, it's pulling up on that fairway. You love a bit of golf there.
I love a bit of golf. Liberty Heap there, one of our younger players in our team, chasing one of the older players in our team down, and a brilliant shot for 3 runs through the covers. But it's a good line. Coach Paul Shaw at this stage of the game will be pleased that they're being driven rather than cut off the back foot. At least it's giving the ball the opportunity to move, to swing, to get that wicket to bowl to your field. I don't mind seeing batsmen driving early on.
Yeah, fair point. You don't want to bowl short. You can overpitch. You can afford to do that. But don't let them swing away with those horizontal bat shots. That's not on in these conditions. And these are completely alien conditions to what they would find in Old Trafford. Low bounce, a bit slow compared to the OT pitch.
Yes, very, very much so. I would say that Old Trafford is as hard as here as well, but maybe a little bit more pace. And what's more, a hell of a lot colder. But you know, Sophia here, really impressed there that she was marshalling her field, asking her fielders to move round slightly. And for someone for a young age with not much experience, I'm really pleased that she's taken to be master of her own destiny. Really.
Indeed, have to be confident in your ability to execute. Slightly short, slightly wide, but it'll be cut away to third man out there, only a single. So she's doing a good job. We're sticking to a length, not giving a lot of room, and looking threatening.
27 for the loss of no wickets and no battery and no boundaries yet. So the UAE team are really pushing on nicely to say that they've not hit any boundaries, and Paul Shaw will be pleased at that. The boundary count is very, very low at the moment, but the experience of the UAE team is showing that they know it's difficult, so they'll try and push for ones, push for twos, and the odd 3.
Well, Warren, you must have been on a lot of preseason tours in your playing days, in your heyday. How do you acclimatize quickly when you're going from England, it's soggy, it's miserable, it's cold. Then you're thrust in early summer, early spring. It's 30 odd degrees. How does one adjust quickly?
So it's a really good question, and we are blessed with very good strength and conditioning coaches who are very experienced in players coming into hot climates. We're continuously told to drink water and water, hydrate as much as you possibly can, get lots of sleep, a minimum 8 hours of sleep, and make sure that the sunscreen's on, there's a big hat on. But like you say, pre-season is all about performance and getting some runs under your belt as a batsman, catching the ball as a keeper, maybe getting the odd wicket as a bowler and hitting your straps early doors. That's what pre-season cricket is all about.
Decent start here for the UAE women's side. 28 for no loss. Still one delivery to go. Sophie Turner doing a good job here.
I think we're well on for the for 120. Do you think it's a pass score on this pitch? I think it'd be a very competitive score on what looks like a really good wicket.
Yep. No slip in place for Sophie. Round the wicket.
Very well bowled.
Nice.
Hitting a length straight away, Sophia, which will be really good. She's worked so hard this winter on hitting lines, hitting lengths, and these first couple of overs she's bowled have been great to see.
Well, that's the end of the batting power play. 28 for no loss after 6. Right then, Laura Jackson to continue, and joining me in the comm box is Stephen Parry for the upcoming overs. Oh, big appeal there, but the umpire saying no. Good afternoon, Stephen. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it's a nice warm day, and it's just great to, after a hard pre-season. Obviously, I'm one of the coaches with the women at Lancashire Thunder, and you know, they've worked really hard this winter, but this heat is going to be a really big test for them because a lot of them have not experienced the pre-season tour. I think we're the first women's team to come on a pre-season tour in the regional stuff. So it's really exciting time, and the girls are really keen to keep creating their own history.
Well, we've seen plenty of the bowlers already. Laura Jackson, Sophie Turner, Phoebe Graham. Who should we look out for in the batting department, though?
We've got a really young squad. He's got a lot of potential, but obviously at the top, you know, our senior players, even though they're still quite young, is Georgie Boyce and Ellie, the captain today. But we've got 3 or 4 that we've got really high potential for. We've got a couple as well who are not playing today, which is Rebecca Duckworth and my big mate Daisy. She's a cracking girls, and they're all mucking in today and doing a good job. But you know, we've got some good potential. We just need a little bit more time to bring them on.
29 for no loss after 6.3. Oh, chipped in the air, and that will be the first wicket for Lancashire Thunder. It's Laura Jackson doing the business for her captain. Good wicket to pick up.
Yeah, fantastic. She's worked really hard this winter, and she'll be really happy about that because with the girls, it's all about confidence, and that'll give the fielders confidence and the other bowlers now to back it up. So, fantastic. Great to see.
A long sojourn back to the pavilion. They were out there for a fair while, 6.5 overs. So, it's not easy. And you've been on your fair share of pre-season tours as well, Stephen. How does one make the mental adjustment, and how do they acclimatize going from soggy, wet, miserable England right here to the Middle East? It's mid-30s, blustery, very hot. Yeah. So how does one acclimatize quickly?
Yeah, it's really challenging. Obviously, they bowled the first time. You know, we had Sophia bowling the other day, and after about 7 balls, her head was like bright. It's like a pink lady apple. You know what I mean? It was like, and I checked in with her. But what was amazing, what she did in the second spell, she learned from the experience straight away, and she managed herself better in the second spell. So that's what it's all about. These girls are really raw, and that's what it's about. Getting them in different environments, different places, and learning about the game. It's amazing, really, what's going on for women. It's fantastic. It's going to be an amazing journey for them moving forward.
Shaya Mughal, the skipper of the UAE women's team, coming in at 3. And of course, when you work out and do your strength and conditioning in these conditions, your recovery improves a lot, and that's what counts over a long season.
Yeah, it challenges the mind. That's the biggest thing, and we're talking at the moment about our attitude towards the game and trying to grow that. Obviously, some non-negotiables, you know, being energetic, bringing a positive attitude, and I can see them today compared to where they were last year. I know this is our first game, and some of them will be finding their way and reconnecting with the skills and cricket itself. That they're really making an effort to try and do that. So, you know, fair play to them.
Well, Stephen, you do mention about the mental aspect of the game. You've been on tour with England. You've been in those setups. How does one deal with the mental toll of touring, being away from family, you know, all of those things? These girls, this is probably the first trip out of the UK for quite a few of them. So they're away from home, they're homesick. How does one deal with that?
Well, that's the thing, you know, we have this thing like a well-being app where everyone checks in every day. What you do find with the girls is that they're really good at communicating in regards to if they do have any issues, if the mum's not well, you know, if the pet's passed away. We've had all sorts of stuff that really affects. And the big thing for me is when you're away from home, a problem shared is a problem halved. So that's what the sort of way we're going with it, especially with mental health these days. I've been there myself. I understand it. There's times where I bottle things up, and guess what? It gets worse and worse and worse. And as soon as you do come out with it, you feel better. But the thing with the girls, you've got to build relationships that they really trust you. And that's what I've had to really learn coming out of the men's game for such a long time. You know, the egos, the camaraderie, it is a completely different animal. But it's also really refreshing, seeing how they're developing and what they're going through and the learnings, and it's fantastic, really.
Sophie Turner continuing, just squeezed away to short fine for a quick single. Excellent pick up and throw there. And I was just going to touch on that subject. You've done so yourself, making that transition between coaching the lads over to the women's game. You've just mentioned about sensitivity and how you need to recognize. How has that been as a challenge, as a coaching challenge for you?
Oh, well, I think obviously I'm really honoured to, when I obviously retired from Lancashire and cricket in England and stuff like that, and it was a big decision in my life, and the club, I've got nothing but praise for the Lancashire Cricket Club. They're unbelievable. Look what they're doing for women's cricket. It's fantastic. And you've got Daniel Gidney in charge there, really promoting it. Everybody working underneath him, and it's fantastic. You've had Warren on, who's a fantastic bloke. And I just think really, it's a real family. I had the potential of playing somewhere else, but I just don't think I could do it. And I'm lucky enough to still be involved, and it's an honour still now. And obviously, I'm a real local lad.
You're a Red Rose lifer, basically.
Yeah. And so I'm definitely not biased, but no, it's a fantastic thing. And these girls, I don't think they realise how lucky they are to be involved with this club, and I think they're going to realise this now. This is just the first bit of it. So it's an amazing experience.
Absolutely, so much history. 200 years of cricket. So many legends like Clive Lloyd, Neil Fairbrother, Mike Atherton, Wasim Akram, Steve Parry as well, in his own right, England international cricketer. And speaking of bias, well, Phoebe Graham, she's come across from those...
Other side at penalty.
Yeah. How did that transition go down? Was there a bit of apprehension in the dressing room?
Well, the big problem we've got is that there's more and more coming. We've got a head coach called Paul Shaw, who's a fantastic fella, operates really, really well, really calculating what he does, puts a lot of thought into his work, and I've learned a lot from him so far. And the main thing is he's a really good person. And then we've got Craig White, who he does the fast bowling.
Yep.
And so he's a Yorkshireman, Craig White's
Absolutely.
and now we've got Phoebe Graham. So they think they're finally to realise that it's a lot brighter on the other side of the pennine. So, but they're fantastic people, and we have obviously the bit of banter. But you know, just going on to Phoebe Graham, what an asset she's been. Her attitude, just what she's brought around the changing room, and that maturity for these young players. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with her. So.
Well, I have two questions for you. You being a Red Rose, and of course I'm from Pakistan, so we understand rivalries with India. That's very, very deeply rooted. Is that the same level of animosity between Yorkshire and Lancashire? Is it at that level? And does it also translate into the women's side of the game?
Um,
Like, how heated does it get?
Good question. I think when we're on the field, like I've got a lot of friends who play for Yorkshire, and the battles we had are fantastic because we have the crowds then for them games. I don't think it matches India and Pakistan. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't even think the Manchester Derby gets close to that. But
But in terms of English cricket,
English cricket, it's probably the biggest one for me, bigger than the London teams because we get the crowds. And after the game, what's fantastic about the Northern lads, and this is including yours, we have to give them some credit because I think it's important they play it in the right way. And after the field, if you lose and you've been beaten, they're there to shake your hand. And I think sportsmanship is everything. Doesn't matter what goes on the field. When you walk off, it's put to one side. You shake your hands, you socialise, and that's why cricket's a fantastic community because you just create so many friends. I'd imagine, I might be wrong, I don't know, but what's it like with India and Pakistan? Is
yeah, exactly. You're absolutely spot on. They got on famously. But what about the ladies? Do they feel the weight of that rivalry as well?
I'm not quite sure yet.
We'll find out this season.
I think I'll find out because I am pretty raw into it myself. I like to think I know everything, but I don't. But I think it'll be interesting. I just think the will to win will start to create that, and I think the longevity of this now, it ain't going away. So I think it's going to create its own stigma when it's ready. Do you know what I mean? But there will be a little bit. We still don't want to lose. Even last year we beat them at Headingley, and it was a big win. The girls enjoyed it, so it is in there. I just think it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then hopefully it catches the men's up as quick as we can.
And of course, the Lancashire women's side already has a lot of pedigree. Kate Cross, Sophie Eccleston, to name a few. Of course, the Manchester Originals as well in the 100. So they're also affiliated with you guys. Tell us a bit more about the domestic structure for women's cricket in England.
Yeah, well, they have two competitions in regards to 50 over and T20, which is now class. That's what the regions play in, the professional, when it's come professional. And then obviously they add on the big thing, which has been an absolute fantastic first year, is the 100 ball. It's been a spectacle, and the women, I think just accessing them to that and getting to feel what it's really like in crowds and stuff like that, the development. But I think the 100 ball went so well, I would have been worried, if I'm really honest, if we wouldn't have got a year into the regions. Every region's done a fantastic job to bring women's cricket on. And I think that's what made that 100 better, because they were able to train weekly, build that confidence, work on the skills, so then it was a bit more of a showcase for them, and they were more confident going into it, which is great. So in the next 2 or 3 years, I think you'll see the skill level and the pace slowly start to increase as these girls get fitter, as they play more cricket, as they learn the game, as they learn the angles in the field, the things that, someone like myself or Glenn Chappell or someone who's played a lot of cricket, even, Mark Chilton, we just take things for granted. So when I went in the same time, we take things for granted that we know, because it's just like day in, day out. And they're at the different stage of their learning, and I think that's where we come in, and the club is fully supporting them, and that's why we're here. So. 35
for 1. We're into the 9th over. Hannah Jones doing a fabulous job here for Lancashire Thunder. Only 1 run conceded in a 10 deliveries. Very economical, very accurate, not giving them any room. I'm sure Stephen Parry is enjoying a left arm tweaker.
Yeah, she's a fantastic girl, and she works really, really hard. She's a real quiet achiever, but she's really starting to grow in confidence, come out of her shell. She's from Denton, not far from me, so we have a laugh about local areas and stuff like that. But no, I feel like last year our relationship was building, but I feel like as a player and coach, I've really connected with Jonesy these last few months, and it's been fantastic. I've seen a lovely side of her. She's a cracking girl, and a really, really just goes under the radar. You can really rely on her. Just a typical left-arm spinner. They're awesome, aren't they? So.
And they're absolute gold dust to have a finger spinner who can bowl at a very good economy rate in T20. If you need a wrist spinner to be the attacking option, you definitely need one of those, and perhaps take the new ball as well, bowl in the power play. You might have done that a bit in your day.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have enjoyed it, I'm sure.
No, but it's something you have to do, and it's about the team at the end of the day, and what's best for the team right now, and that's the ethic we're working with the girls. And what's great about about Jonesy, she just literally will bowl any over you ask her to. She's got a fantastic attitude towards bowling. Her love is bowling. She's getting there with batting, and she's dilly buying into her field and off the field stuff like getting that fitter. And straight away, I can see her really hitting the pitch today on the work we've done all winter, and it's great just to see it in action really. And she looks really confident, for me. So.
Yeah, she's getting that drift in the air as well, even in these blustery conditions. To have that control on the ball, it's not easy at all.
No, and just to give you a little insight on the girls where we are back home and where we're at, it's we've got a young girl called Liv Thomas, a leg spinner. She's really got good potential. Alex Hartley's away at the moment doing commentary, and she's got to come back in. So the talent of spinners we've got, Sophie Eccleston. When we have our full team back, we're going to have a really competitive squad, so it's exciting. This is young Libby Heap now. She's from Lower House. So
Yeah, tell us more about her.
yeah, she's. I obviously retired, and I'm the pro at Lower House now. Moving forward, I've really enjoyed it, and I've got to know her dad well. He's a captain, Ben, and her mum, and she's a cracking girl. She just really wants it, and she had a tough time last summer with high potential, but the way she's bowling at the minute and to where she was, I'm really, really proud of her. She's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, you can immediately see she has a very natural action to bowl that off spin.
Yeah, and
Brilliant
it's like,
loop.
and she's really young, and that's the thing you forget. Like you take for granted sometimes how old they are. So Libby's only just turned 18. She's a great, lovely bowling there, Libby. Good. Just so proud of her because what she went through last year, and where she's come to now. We've been on a bit of a journey, and she. You know what? Talk about failure in sport and failure in life. That's one thing that happened to Libby, and she's come back so much stronger. It's about getting up, a bit like Fury and Wilder. Do you know what I mean? You get hit down, and you find a way of coming back up and rising again. And good on her. I'm really proud of her.
Especially in a game like cricket, where if you score 1 out of every 4 games, you're world class. So we have to keep that perspective in mind,
Yeah,
you know.
and the girls are really hard on themselves. As soon as they don't middle one, they give yourself a hard time. I'm like, it's okay. You might have got a single. You're not out. You're still in. But they are perfectionists, and that's it, you know. So it is great, and I'm really. I know she bowled the wide there, but them last couple of balls, it's good pace. She's only 18. Look at that, beautiful into length. It's fantastic to see, and she gets good revs on the ball.
Yeah.
She really gives it a good spin. So she's got a very bright future.
And of course, you've got the benchmark of Kate Cross, Sophie Eccleston, Alex Hartley. So the bar is very high indeed if you want to represent the Red Rose.
Yeah, and those girls have obviously been great servants. Kate's a great competitor. Sophie just loves winning. She's a great girl. I've not spent so much time with them. I was with them with 100 in our competition, and I was really proud of Kate in regards to how she went with the captaincy. We had a really tough time at the start. We should have won games that, we lost games we should have won. Sorry,
Yeah.
and then I think and then it was like an operation drag back, and we won the last 3 or 4. And it was like the way they took it on. Was amazing, and the way Kate managed herself and managed the team and got better in captaincy and learning about the game, you could see it grow, and that's why that competition is massive. Do you know what I mean? Because it's under pressure.
Yeah, I
It's a lot of
wanted
pressure
to
for them.
get your, you were behind the curtain, so to speak, at the 100. What kind of impact have you seen on the ground level, the groundswell of support and the enthusiasm? Talk to us a bit more about that.
Well, the whole nation, the support was, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And the girls were like, I think they didn't realise, I think they were scared because they were worried about maybe not putting on a show. And that's understandable because they've not done it before, and they were under the limelight. So, but they managed to hold it together, and there were some fantastic games of cricket, weren't they? And they love it, they absolutely love it. And I think the 100 it's a game changer for them, and a game changer for the cricketing world for women. And that's where we've got to go, haven't we? We've got to get there with that.
Well, yeah, would you have liked to bowl in that format?
I like to get paid in it, but I don't know, maybe bowling is something else.
Yeah.
But no, obviously I used to. That was my big. I just love the competition as a player. Didn't like everything else that come with cricket at times, but when I had to bowl, I thrived on those conditions. I wanted to try and take those tough overs. I wanted to try and change the game, and I tell you, it didn't happen that much. So.
Jones to continue here. Nicely driven on the up, beats the gap at cover point. It will pull up.
Lovely shot.
So we can see that the outfield is a touch heavy here. So even that score of 120 will feel like 130, 135.
Yeah, I think we're really big on trying to outrun the opposition this year and get our run in between the wickets. These little 1%ers that really set the tone quickly. So, but I've been really impressed the way I don't know the names of the batters, sorry, but the way they've set up and the way they've just waited for the ball, the skill level looks really high in regards to what I've seen. That's another great shot, bit of width there.
Punch through extra cover.
I'll have a chat
Fielder giving chase, and that will be a boundary. We haven't seen a lot of those, but a touch full in the slot.
Just a bit of
Hannah
width,
Jones
wasn't
missing
it?
a length there.
Yeah, I'll have to have a word with her about that. I never bowled a ball like that.
Absolutely. Never happened. Never got hit for a 4.
No, nothing, no.
In what, 15, 20 years of county cricket?
No, it's the first time she's gone off a line, really, and that's why I said the batters are just, they've been getting in really good positions, and because as soon as she's off, they jump straight onto that, so it's great to see. Lovely shot.
Well, Stephen, let's talk about the mindset of a finger spinner in limited overs cricket, especially T20s. Do you have to be content to play your role, or do you always want to be pushing for wickets?
It's a difficult one, really. I think what suits you. I was the sort of bowler that used to love trying to. Once I had a focus of not letting them go for runs, my wickets gone. But when I went searching for wickets, I weren't the same bowler. But that was just my philosophy, and that's how I felt. Some people love trying to get wickets. The run out there.
Has there been a run out there? Having a consultation. Umpires are going to confer. The Lancashire Thunder look very confident, though. Let's take a look. Squeezed away to mid-wicket. Oh, the fielder was very close there.
Great fielding.
Yeah. She's got him. She's got her. Ellie making sure she completed all of the mini tasks, but I think she's got it. They're brilliant fielding.
I don't know who that was at mid-wicket. It was a great piece of fielding.
Brilliant fielding. I think might have been Sachi Pai there. But that will bring the innings to an end. And like you said, those 1%ers creating those run-outs in the field, Stephen.
Yeah, and that's we spoke about it all week. So it's when you, as a coach, and you can only advise them, but it's up to you can only do so much. And it's up to the players to buy into it. You can only do so much. But I think the attitude of the girls, and I think the way Ellie's gone about captaining over the last couple of days and a fought into it has been great. She's a fantastic girl. She loves the game, and I think she's got real good leadership qualities.
So it is the skipper coming into bat. Shaya Mughal at 4. So a wicket to her name via run out. They all count, don't they, Stephen? Even if it's a run out, you'll take it?
Well, I just think if you look at Hannah, how she's bowled here, she's got it for a bounce shot, but there's a lot of dot balls in there. So that's creating pressure. What we talked about from a batting unit is really focus on trying not to have many dot balls, because in T20 cricket there's a couple of dots, and then there could be a big, especially in the women's game and in the men's. But we're talking about that, and as soon as you see those dots, it does cause a little bit of chaos in the mind of the batsman, and they're thinking, I'm running out of time, so. And we're just trying to really embrace them to think what the batter's going through, not the bowler. So there's more pressure on them, but they always seem to go, I'm really under pressure. But think about what the batter's thinking right now. It just gives you a bit of a different mindset, different clarity on things. Not works for everyone, but it works for some.
Well, Stephen, you have bowled to the likes of Joss Butler, Phil Salt, and these lads in the nets, perhaps in competitive games as well. What is that feeling like for a spinner when you're against a real thrasher at the crease?
Well, I Salty the other day. I just not bowled for 4 months, and fourth ball, I bowled him in the nets.
Okay, you set us up for some bad news then.
Did someone tell you about that? You set me up there?
No, I'm just asking. I heard it in the air.
Yeah, you keep crossing him, I'll keep heading him in, mate. No, it's perfect. No, but I think a big challenge here is if I was bowling at the end with this, the breeze is strong today, so I know I'd get that end. So for me, that's the stresses of the modern game, because these blokes hit it so clean, and Joss is an unbelievable player, good friend of mine, great guy, absolute fantastic role model.
He is ridiculous.
And he, like, sometimes the conditions, and they're on form, you've actually got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
But you've got to keep believing that they'll make a mistake. But when they're on, and it's like, and the conditions are not in your favour, then it's real stressful. Real stressful. And I can't really explain that when you just, it's like going in the lion's den.
Yeah, you feel helpless.
You're hoping to get a scratch. Yeah, you know what I mean? So sometimes you get away with it, and then you're thinking, well, who's at the other end? Who's at the other end? Can I try and, you might set the field
Then you
back.
get Livo at the other end.
Yeah, well, then you're really in trouble, aren't you? So, no.
I dare say he is the most exciting T20 batter in the world right now, Liv Livingstone. Don't tell him.
I know him really, really well. I've known him since he was a young lad.
Yeah.
Come through with, I spent a bit of time with him. He's a really good lad. He's got a nice way about him in regards to his confidence.
Yeah.
I think when he was a bit younger, his confidence come across the wrong way, but now he's just matured, and I watched him hit the ball in the nets yesterday, and I chatted him today about batting. He's got time to help as well, and I think he's really, really maturing into not just a great player, but a good person as well, which is important. So.
So a bit of a rebuild job going here for the UAE women's team. 48 for 2. Yeah. Captain out there, experienced. Yeah, talk to us about leadership though, Stephen. And especially Ellie and of course Kate Cross. How does leadership transmit in the women's game? How do they have to go about things? Because I feel it might be different to the sort of lad culture we have in the men's game.
Yeah. Well, bowled, Libby, that's fine though.
Oh, towards mid-wicket, and they will find the gap. Nicely put away. 4 runs and 50 up for the UAE women's team.
Yeah, I think this is the key now. Obviously, Libby's the last 2 balls, they've been on the stumps. She's asked the right questions. She's been in it for 6. I just don't want her to go away from that, because next ball she might miss it, and you're bringing all the dismissals into play. So I just want her to be brave enough now. Don't try and hide the ball. I want her to still attack those stumps. So this is the passages of play that I really like to see a young spinner. And see how they get on now. So I really hope she's strong enough and believes back to best ball.
Slightly wider.
Slightly wide, yeah.
Given as a wide, perhaps a bit harsh there from the umpire.
So this is now. So obviously Libby will be feeling a bit under pressure. I hope she just takes a deep breath, gets herself going. What's done's done, and just focus on the next ball.
Yeah. Can't get too hyped or too down. Maintaining an even keel is the key here. Isha Oza batting on 16 of 20. She's hanging in there. Liberty getting a bit expensive in this over, but she's bowling attacking lines. That's what I like to see.
Especially when the run rate's slow and wickets really slow the scoreboard up.
Full toss hit away past extra. There is a deep cover out there, so it's only going to be 1. Good fielding out there. Good hard throw. So 12 overs gone. 55 for 2, and with that, Stephen will step outside the com box. Thank you so much for your time, Stephen.
Thank you, I enjoyed it. It's nice to get a different perspective.
And we'll definitely be seeing you around in the rest of the games.
Yeah, anytime, no worries, all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, 55 for 2 after 12 overs. It's been steady going for the UAE women's team. And now joining me in the com box is our very own Abid Ibrahim. Good afternoon. Abid, how are you?
Good afternoon, Ahmed. Really excited looking this friendly game. It's beautiful watching this game from the outside. Was just resting, listening you guys, doing a fabulous job. Sashi coming in. She's coming in from the far end. A very good bowler who swings the ball out to the right-handers. I think perfect conditions for her. UAE women's seem slightly behind the achieved run rate, but I think they have done a fantastic job in terms of keeping the wickets in hand. Bit of short run up there, and she's trying a righty straight away. The moment she's got the ball, she's bowling her first over.
Indeed, keeping it wicket to wicket. That should be the plan. There's a bit of, it's a dry surface, a bit of grass in there as well. Could get the ball to misbehave.
Yeah, the ball is just slightly sticking there. Stepping it out, hitting it over the mid-off, and the ball runs away for 4 runs. That's a beautiful shot. A good use of the feet. Excellent efforts. Look at the replay. Will tell us the batter's story. The batter has just used the feet perfectly, making the ball into the slot. Couple of steps and 4 runs.
Yeah, good shot there. Nicely executed. Read the field very well. Gone for 4. Isha Oza, she's been in there for a fair while now, so she'll be expected to get the quick runs now, Abid.
Yeah, I think she's got settled. Again, she goes a lot of bottom hand just to get single. So the long one is behind at the crease. Beg your pardon, the boundary line. And what Shachi is doing is that she's keeping wicket to wicket. I think that's a smart move, but then she's just not been able to find the perfect place where to bowl and keep the batter guessing. Oh, this is up in the air. Chance of a catch and put down.
Well, she placed it perfectly there. Right between 3 fielders. Genuine top edge. Take a look at the replay here. Just rolling her fingers over the ball. Went straight up. And nobody could reach it.
Yeah, lucky there. Lucky is kept there for a skipper. Oh, this one driven. Too full, but brilliant fielding there.
Yeah, it was in the slot, asking for punishment. Just couldn't hit the gap at cover there. So Shachi, she is bowling an attacking length. She's pitching the ball up and producing some shots here. So perhaps there will be some runs or perhaps a wicket too.
Yeah, challenging batters there. Isha tries to go big again, finds the gap this time, runs away for 4, much needed boundary.
Well, that is brilliant. Striking there from Isha. In the slot once again, and this time she went aerial. Hit hard. Just beyond that extra cover fielder. Brilliant effort.
Yeah, good efforts there. She was slightly behind or probably in the inside the circle, 30 yards. That could have been a catch. So now UAE women's accelerating a bit.
Yeah, that run rate just a tick above 5 RPO. 65 for 2.
Yeah, coming back into the attack, Phoebe Graham coming in from the Yorkshire. It will be hard for these ladies. They're not used to these conditions. And then they're just playing so well, whereas the home side knows the conditions inside out. They have done a decent job to keep the wickets in hand, but the visitors also finding it very good conditions at the moment. I think it's a perfect day.
Yeah, well, it's perfect because we're sitting in an air-conditioned tent, not out there in the middle. Very hot indeed. Down the leg side from Phoebe. She's had a bit of a struggle there, bowling against the wind.
Yeah, giving it wide. Not an ideal start for Phoebe. She's got the extra bounce in her action, a very smooth action indeed. Very talented bowler. A slower one to surprise the batter. The captain was not expecting the slower one.
Yeah, good change of pace there from Phoebe. She's tall, hits the deck hard, and when she bowls it fuller and a slower one, definitely catches one by surprise.
It's hard to read the ball from her action. It's a smooth action, nice jump. Oh, inside edge, quick running. A chance here, direct hit.
Well, I think she just may have made it there, the skipper, Chaya Mughal. But it was very much touch and go there, Abid, very close.
Indeed. A quick response from Isha. She was really quick to inform the skipper, I'm ready for the run. Just a matter of seconds she was at the striker's end. She's batting on a runner ball innings. Excellently played, developed his inning. Oh, attacking bowling there. A bit of in the slot, but targeting the stumps. Bowling wicket to wicket. Knows now is the time when the UAE women's will be looking to go the aerial routes.
Yeah, on a slow, low track, it's very important to bowl wicket to wicket. Don't offer any width and let the batter create the power.
Yeah, that's a that's smart bowling. I think she knows, she read the conditions well. I think that's what is best about the Thunders of. They read the conditions so quickly. They're bowling at the places where they should be bowling, and not letting the batters of the home side to get settled.
Indeed, I think they'll be fairly happy with the progress so far, not letting that run rate balloon too much to 7 or 8 runs per over.
Oh, good delivery. That's a beautiful ball. Excellent placement of the seam. Just pull the length slightly behind. A good length. Hit the deck very hard. A good pace as well.
Indeed, improving her figures there. Now conceded 15 runs off her 2.4 overs. And Shaya Mughal, she's not enjoying this bowling at all right now.
Yeah, that was the leg cutter. And a run out there. A soft dismissal. A poor calling. Caused a run out here to UAE Women's.
Well, that is the pressure of a few dot balls. Squeezed away to point. There was never a single there, Abid. And in the end, nicely done by the Thunder. Brilliant execution in the field. Once again, the second run out of the day.
It's the skipper walking out. Well, I think it's very hard for the batter to get to your skipper run out. Just scoring 3 runs of 7 deliveries, and when team needed him the most, I got a mix up in between the wicket.
So Khushi Sharma, the new batter, coming in. Successful over for the Thunder. Nicely worked away towards square leg. Confident flick of her pads. Productive over here for Lancashire Thunder. Then 68 for 3. So 15 extras there have pumped up the score. Definitely won't be pleased with that, but it's the first game of the preseason tour. A bit of cobwebs need to be brushed out here, Abid.
Yeah, I think it's more of the ladies would be relaxed, of UAE ladies, that they will be relaxed to see the home side not scoring many runs, but meantime.
Laurie Jackson to continue, just punching it towards mid-on. She's had to come back in a couple of spells here, so that just shows her fitness levels. It's not easy at all bowling in the early morning, early afternoon. It's quite oppressive out there. Must be about 34, 35 degrees out there, Abid.
Easily. It's not in very cool conditions out there. It's a warm day, and this one is played down to the third mat. Only a single.
Yeah, the energy levels of the Lancashire Thunder girls has been absolutely superb. They've been herring after the ball.
Yeah.
And saving those vital ones and twos and producing runouts.
Yeah, that's what the running between the wicket has been a problem for UAE women's, I think. They need to work in this place. I think the captain and the Kirtha, both of them got a run out. So the only batter to get dismissed was a caught. So 3 wickets are down. They just need to accelerate a bit now. They've got 5.5 overs after this. Maybe they can. Khushi Sharma can get settled. She can use a couple of overs from here.
Indeed. And as I mentioned to Stephen and Warren, she's from a cricketing family. Her brother Sanchit Sharma, we all know about him. Trying to slice that away, straight to cover. Bit of a fumble, and they will pick up that single then. And no, just one. Never run on a misfield. You've already had to pay the price twice.
Yeah. So I think that would be the last thing they want to get dismissed on a run out. Look at the replay there. Just not getting the middle of the wood. Still a first misfield, and then once again, couple of misfields. Out down the leg side, but beautifully kept.
Well, it's the skipper herself, Threlkeld, setting the example. Brilliant take. Diving to her left, down the leg side. And they need to pick up the wicket of Isha Oza. 27 of 30, she's batting beautifully. And these two will need to do the quick scoring for the national side.
Tries to play hard at first, and then so the ball is just taking the surface, taking a pose a bit there. So as I mentioned earlier, there will be a skid for the seamers, so that's what was in the display. Well, and good to see Khushi Sharma getting a chance in the top order. Usually she bats in the lower order. Today she's been sent up. Maybe Shire want her to get some runs, maybe to clear and get some boundaries.
Trying to paddle there, leading edge, confusion, chance for a run out. Oh, and they've whipped off the bails. They're not looking too happy. The body language is not great from the Thunder. I think she's gotten back just in time.
Yeah, indeed. I was never a run there. And she was just wondering why was the umpire, and there was no appeal as well.
Very lucky to still be there. Ball watching there, Khushi. Need to communicate with your partner. Forget about the ball. Very lucky not to have another run out on the cards.
This is good over so far. Oh, stepped out and cleaned up. The captain did the trick. Excellent wicket keeping. Quick hands behind the stumps.
Well, that is sensational wicket keeping by Ellie Threlkeld, the skipper of Lancashire Thunder. Full and wide. Isha Oza frustrated. Brilliant take, and look at that. The bails were off in a flash. 4th wicket down for the UAE women's team. So Liberty Heap to continue here. 2 overs, none for 12. So just when UAE were picking up some momentum here, Abid, they've lost the important wicket of Isha Oza.
Yeah, she was settled. She was there. She batted long. She faced over 30 deliveries. This one just glided towards the onside. Quick running. They'll be looking for one only.
Well, Khushi is timing the ball very nicely here. Lavanya, the new batter, joining her in the middle. So we're into the middle order of the UAE women's side. Can they get that score up to about 110, 120? I think that'll be a very good score.
Yeah, I think anything over 120 would be a good total. Lavanya, remember, she usually comes in the middle or the top order. Short. Oh, this was straight to the fielder.
A lovely flowing punch there, straight to extra cover. Unlucky not to find the gap.
Yeah, Lavanya can bowl as a finger spin also. Nicely glided on the onside, but there's no runs available. I think smart work there from the Liberty Hope, keeping the field set accordingly, because she knows that the ball is going to come into the right-hander.
Yeah, she's been very impressive. Excellent action. A lot of revs on the ball. Misfield at extra cover, so mid-off will have to clean up here. They're pushing for 2. They'll pick it up quite easily there. Good running between Lavanya and Khushi Sharma.
So it's reconstructing phase for UAE women's, where they're just having 2 new batters in the middle. So they need to play some attacking game as well, so just they can get a decent total. We were talking about 120 runs. Back to the ball, and smart work there from Liberty.
Yeah, bowled a very good over here. Only 3 runs conceded so far. With the batters looking to get a move on. Nicely bowled. Very accurate. It's not easy bowling finger spin in the slog overs in a T20 game, but she's done a fabulous job.
Excellent there. Solidly behind it, the batter as well. It's 16 overs gone, 4 more overs to come. They need to score around somewhere close to 35 more runs.
There you can take a look at the bowling analysis then. Laura Jackson has bowled out, 2 for 15, excellent work. Phoebe Graham still has 1 over up her sleeve. Hannah Jones, the left arm spinner. Will be interesting to see if she is utilized. Sophie Turner, Liberty Heap and Sachi Pai, the other bowlers. So they're sharing the workload. It's not easy in these conditions, and very smart captaincy by Ellie Threckle there. So it's going to be Sophie Turner coming back into the attack. More spin.
Yeah, I think Ellie understood the conditions now. The spinners are doing the fine job. Where the batters are struggling against them. They're not getting free runs. At least they were when we saw that Isha, when she was trying and getting those boundaries in the gap, she was really finding it easy against the seamers. But no, I think it's Sophie Turner. Played towards the onside, offside, I beg your pardon. They have run for it.
Yeah, you can clearly see the game plan now. They're looking for boundaries. They want to get into that triple figure mark. Let's see if Sophie can keep her composure. Oh, pardon me, I got it confused with Hannah Jones. It's the medium pacer, Sophie Turner here. Oh, genuinely beats the outside edge there. Good keeping as well.
Yeah, standing up for Sophie Turner. It will be challenging for the batter also to use the feet. Or this time she gets connection and single only. The problem is they're not being able to convert ones into twos.
Yeah, trying to find that gap on the cover boundary, but the sweeper has done really well there. Surveying that extra cover mid-wicket region here. Let's see if she can produce a big shot here for her side.
Yeah. Sophie must be looking for the wicket now. Or goes big over the bowler head. There's just 2 fielders patrolling that area and they're coming back for 2.
Yeah, I needed a better throw there. Sophie Turner clearly disappointed. If the throw had been anywhere near the stumps, I think they were in trouble. Was a slot delivery, not quite timed. Fielder did well up till this part, but then the throw. Yeah, not accurate enough. There was a definite run out scenario there, Abid.
Yeah, but throw was a bit slow.
Perhaps the blustery conditions putting her off.
Yeah, I think wind has a role to play in. As I mentioned earlier, there was a lot of winds were blowing across. So yeah, definitely it has a role to play in.
Looking a bit tired there, Sophie Turner. It's tough to bowl fast in these conditions. It's right in the early afternoon here, around noon. Oh,
Wow.
Edged away. Third man in the circle. Phoebe Graham giving chase. I think she's pulled it in just in time.
She did her work well. And the batters completed 2, I reckon. This is good running. And unlucky there. Getting that outside edge. There's no slip in. You usually don't get a slip at this juncture of the game when it's the death overs. And was this clean?
I think she is fine there. The umpire will have a check. But I think she's executed that slide and drag back quite nicely. So productive over there for the UAE women's team. So the umpire giving it the A-OK. Well done, Phoebe Graham. And some much needed refreshments being given to the batters. Once again, I must mention it's very tough out there. And perhaps the UAE girls are a bit more used to it. But the Lancashire Thunder ladies, they have done really, really well in the field. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, they just need to work out 3 more overs. They are not used to these conditions. You need to give them credit. The way they are just still battling out, and they are just did a decent job with the ball. And the fielders, we just saw in the end, Phoebe, how she fielded. She gave that commitment. She ran, saved a single run for the team, but the commitment level is 100% there.
Three overs to go, then 83 for 4 on the board. What is the target you would be comfortable defending here, Abid?
Oh, that's a good delivery coming in, getting outside edge. And they'll get 2 easily. Oh, again a great fielding. Was it clean? They're coming back for the 3rd.
Incredible commitment, incredible stamina, working hard in the field. Genuine outside edge of Hannah Jones. No slip once again. Perhaps we need to have one there, Abid.
Yeah, it's 2 and 2 now. They badly need a slip. Look at that commitment. Oh, that's good to go, I reckon.
Fabulous stuff. Hannah Jones. Only 12 runs conceded into her final over. Nicely. Oh, bit of a misfield, and they'll scamper through for a single.
Yeah, it's not easy conditions to field there. After you bowl into your follow through, you need to run back to field that one. That's down the leg side and given wide. Hannah need to bowl that again.
Yeah, she's just trying to outthink the batter here. They are shuffling around in the crease. Now Lavanya and Khushi have added some momentum here.
Oh, there was a width available. Well, Lavanya could get middle of the bat, but just missing the line completely. Hannah Jones doing a fabulous job. She's mixing up the line. She's bowling full and good length. Oh, this is at the arm delivery. Difficult to pick for batter.
And you could see Ellie Thalkill, the skipper of Lancashire Thunder, so busy behind the stumps, always looking for a wicket, always keeping the batter on her toes. Excellent stuff. Been very impressive.
Yeah. It's not easy to especially be the behind the stumps. The wicket keeping job is a huge task at these conditions. 2 full. Push back. A dot ball over here in this juncture of the game. A dot ball is very much crucial.
Yeah, I think the UAE women's batters need to bring out the sweep shot, those paddle shots. Hannah Jones not offering any room at all. Struck on the pad, a stifled appeal, and that is an excellent over coming to an end. 18 overs gone, 88 for 4.
A big appeal there. Definitely drifting down the leg side. A high fit appeal there. I was Never an out. 88 for 4 after 18. 2 more overs to go.
So Liberty Heap to continue here. Swung away towards mid-wicket. Dot ball once again. The UAE batters getting a touch frustrated. Not finding the gaps in the field.
Yeah, that's a good delivery. Liberty Heap has been finding it very, very tight line there. Not letting batters to score easily.
Yeah, she's getting some turn from this end. I think. Oh, paddled away this time, but straight to fine leg. Phoebe there, doing really well. Applauded by her bowler.
It's not just she's getting the turn. She's because of that turn, she's getting that angle. She's bowling with the angle. And that is making it more difficult. I think the question over here would be, will they go par 100 runs? If they score 105, 110 runs between there somewhere, we can see a good fight. So the last delivery of Liberty Heap into her spell. Excellent spell, but wicketless so far. Can she provide the wicket? Stepping out, playing it across the line. Only single taken to end the over. The penultimate over comes to an end. I beg your pardon, there is one more delivery to go, I reckon. Yeah, that's the end of the over. So, 19 gone. It's 91 for 4.
So Phoebe Graham is going to bowl the final over of the innings. Experienced pacer coming on. Gone for 16 in her 3. And Lavanya and Khushi, well, they need to get that score moving ASAP. Final 6 deliveries.
I think if they get at least 10 to 12 runs in the last over would be an ideal, because there haven't been no boundaries. It's been really good fielding from the Lancashire Thunders. They haven't given anything for the batters.
Yeah, they've been switched on in the field. Worked really hard, but of course, you can only judge a pitch when both sides have batted on it. So let's see how the UAE girls go about it. Chipped in the air towards mid-on. Will be a single.
Yeah, they get a single there. First delivery. I think 5 more deliveries they need to purchase Some good runs. We might see a big shots coming in now any moment. Phoebe Graham will not be giving anything easy. No chance of a run. No connection at all. Using the track. Coming down the track there. Khushi.
Yeah, good bowling here from Phoebe. She's pitching the ball up. Not offering any width to the batters either. Good death bowling here.
Too full. And misfield. We're just praising about the fielding of Lancashire Thunders. The final over. We saw a misfield there. But not a costly misfield.
Yeah, it's a thick outfield. You're not getting full value for your shots. Just taking her eye off the ball there, costing them 2 runs. But I think they'll be fairly satisfied with the progress so far.
Yeah, just they need to deal with the last 3 deliveries. The Thunders tries to play her towards the onside. Difficult to get a connection and hit it straight down the ground.
Yeah, it was a change-up delivery there from Phoebe. Trying to paddle it around the corner. No pace on the ball. Can they pick up a boundary here? Can they reach that 100 mark? She's calling in the fielders. So she wants the batter to take that risk.
Yeah, some attacking field. Some attacking approach there from Phoebe Graham. I like the mindset that she could have just guessed it. Maybe the batters can't go straight down the ground.
Yeah, she's worked hard today, so she deserves a wicket. Both batters on 13 now. Will it prove to be unlucky? Squeezed away towards a square leg. They're pushing for 2, but they'll stick to 1. So the final delivery of the innings coming up for the UAE women's team. The captain had won the toss and wanted to bat first. I think she'll feel they're about 20-25 runs short here. But it is a young Lancashire Thunder side. They haven't played a lot in these conditions. So it remains to be seen if the score is chaseable. Back of a length, dragged away towards mid-on. Only going to be a single to conclude the innings. So the UAE women's team end at 98 for 4 in their allotted 20 overs. Phoebe Graham will go wicketless, none for 22 in her 4. But overall, I think both sides will be fairly satisfied with their progress so far. It's been a hot, blustery day out there, and this is the batting scorecard. Tirtha Satish, 12 of 23. Kavisha, 11 of 24. Isha Oza with the standout batter, 27 of 32. Shaya Mughal, the skipper, could not get going, 3 of 7. Khushi Sharma sent in at 5, 14, alongside Lavanya Kenny, who made 14 runs as well. 17 extras contributing to that score of 98. And taking a look at the bowling analysis here for the Lancashire Thunder. A lot of bowlers were used by Ellie Threckelt. Laura Jackson, 2 for 15, was outstanding. Phoebe Graham struggled early on with the extras, but came back quite nicely into the game. None for 22. Hannah Jones, very economical as well. None for 14. Sophie Turner, none for 17. Liberty Heap, the young offie, was very, very impressive indeed. None for 19. Shachi Pai, given the sole over, went for some runs. And a steady procession of wickets here. But those 17 extras, the women's coach, Paul Shaw, will be fairly dissatisfied with that. Taking a look at the highlights of the first innings then. This was a big wide down the leg side. No chance for Ellie Threckelt behind the stumps. I did mention that Phoebe was struggling a bit with the extras, but then did a lot better. Laura Jackson then picking up the wicket there, leading edge, safely held at mid-on. That was the first wicket going down. Right then, let's go to Abid Ibrahim, who has a very special sideline interview. Over to you, Abid.
Well, welcome to this exciting contest. We've got two players got against each other. Phoebe and T there. You guys played against each other. How do you find the wickets and you have coming? You're the visitor here. How do you find the conditions here?
Yeah, good. Definitely very hot to bowl in, but it was brilliant conditions, and I thought as a fielding unit we put a lot of pressure on the batting attack, so really happy with our performance with the bowling in the field.
Well, for the first time you guys was up against each other. How was that? What did you plan against the batters, left-hand batter?
For me it was just hitting the deck hard today. There was quite a lot of carry through, so I just wanted to bowl quick and just finding my line at the start there with the left-hander. Crosser.
So was it difficult? It was the right hand and left hand combination and the very tiring conditions here, hot weather.
Always tricky for your first game to have a lefty and a righty to start, but no, I thought I adapted reasonably well. Probably a couple too many extras, but reasonably happy with my performance.
But you fielded so well also. We saw that commitment was 100%.
Yeah, the team were absolutely brilliant today. We said we wanted positive attitude and really win from a fielding mentality, and I think we did that as a unit, so really proud of the girls today.
Well, talking to you what was your plan against seeing a tall bowler coming your way, not usually used to it?
No, really, we have a bowler who's like similar to her height or even taller. So I think that gave me more confidence to play against tall bowlers. But I guess cricket is more about facing the ball, not the bowler. So not really worried about the height of the bowler. Although the pitch, yeah, the ball was staying low a bit, and like she said, she was looking at line and length. So I could see for the righty, she was bowling a bit quicker, but for me it was tiny bit slower because she was looking for the right line, and the ones which did go for wide was her general pace. So I think in that sense I was able to pick that up a bit, but it was nice.
Or maybe she was having a soft corner for you, that seeing the left hand, or she doesn't want to rush into the left handers. Maybe tell us the righties she was doing in the middle.
Honestly, at that time I'm just looking to play the ball by ball. So at that time I would have figured it out looking at her hand with like subconsciously, but I really don't remember now. At that time, if you had asked me back then when I was batting right off the ball, I would have been able to tell you. But yeah, I think just taking it ball by ball, so I don't just forget about the previous ball. So I really don't know much.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much, girls, and you guys put on a good show. Good luck to you guys. Now need to chase that.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, it's back to you guys. It's been a fantastic chat between these two bat and bowl contests. It's always exciting, isn't it?
Well, thank you very much, Abid. So now let's take a look at the highlights then. Proper. This was some excellent running between the wickets then. That was those 5 wides, giving some early impetus to the UAE women's side. Although it was very measured and accurate bowling from the Lancashire Thunder Seamers. Laura Jackson will getting some just reward for some excellent bowling. Top edge taken at mid-on. Isha Oza was looking in fine striking form, found the gap at extra cover. It was a very heavy outfield, as you can see, but she put it away quite nicely. This was a very unfortunate run out that really derailed the UAE women's batting innings. They were batting quite nicely at the start. Liberty Heap, the young off spinner, very impressive. Good shot there from Isha, finding the gap at wide-ish mid-on. This was a full toss, rightly put away beyond the extra cover fielder. The deep cover did do well to clean it up. Sachi Pai came in for some punishment, mid-off in the circle, and nicely lofted over her to find a rare boundary. And this one also brilliantly struck over extra cover, despairing dive, but she had absolutely no chance. This was an excellent stumping executed there. Fast hands through the ball, missed, and Ellie Thelkel did the job. This was a genuine edge, no slip there, but Phoebe Graham working really hard at short third. Look at this fielding and commitment. Excellent stuff. And there were back-to-back outside edges, in fact. This one also running down. There was no third man, so it was the backward point fielder and the fine leg fielder who had to run after it. You can see the fitness levels and enthusiasm after Lancashire Thunder girls, saving some priceless boundaries for the side. And that was the final ball as the UAE women's side put up 98 runs in their allotted 20 overs. So we'll be back in just a few minutes with the run chase from the
This is absolutely spectacular.
And from nowhere, full stretch. Absolutely stunning.
Look at his face.
It doesn't get better than this.
Oh, that's unbelievable. That is utterly incredible.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Sevens Stadium Cricket Oval number 1 for this pre-season T20 game between the Lancashire Thunder and the UAE Women's National Team. News from the centre is that UAE elected to bat first and have posted a target of exactly 99 to the Lancashire Thunder in their allotted 20 overs. Joining me in the comm box now is Abid Ibrahim. Good afternoon, Abid.
Well, thank you very much, Ahmed Khwaja. Looking forward to this interesting contest between bat and bowl. It's really been excellent show put on by Thunders. They did their work well. They restrict the team UAE Women's under 100 runs. The 99 runs is required. Looking at the field set. And now Shaya Mughal will be doing some fielding works. I think that she's going with the third man out because no, the third man is in. Fine leg must be out because what Shaya Mughal usually does, she bowls the in-swingers. So a lot of the field set would be through the onside. I think the two players will be outside the ring, will be on the onside. There you go, first ball. Oh, nicely bowled in swinger.
Yeah, you can see that signature big leap, high arm action. She looks to pitch the ball up, get it to swing. So it's going to be a test for the Lancashire Thunder openers.
Yeah, you need to expect those. She's mastered it. You'll see a lot of in-swingers. So it's kind of a surprise for the batters not knowing a lot about Shaya because she just doesn't bat good, but she bowls so well as well. That's the reason she comes at number 3 in the batting and starts with the new ball.
Nicely punched down to mid-on, quick single taken. And the Thunder are underway.
Yeah, off the mark. Got single run straight away. Full on delivery. Easy picking there. The skipper not happy with the fielder. I think a little bit extra effort from the fielder could have saved that single.
Not a big score they're defending, so they'll have to work hard in the field. Nicely punched off the front foot, speculatively there from Seren.
Yeah, so it is just about the reading the conditions right now for the batters, Serene along with Georgie. Both of them, they will be just reading the perch. Just mind you that this is a new condition for them so far. Yes, they bowled in this pitch. A full toss, easy picking there. Pull towards the onside, and that will be first boundary.
Yeah, poor delivery there from Shaya Mughal. Big, floating, loopy, full toss. Smacked away through mid-wicket. Easy pickings. And you can see nobody on that leg side fence. And eventually it did roll away, even on this thickish outfield.
Yeah, the outfield is slow, so there will be an opportunity where you can take ones and twos. And then again, it's hard work that batters need to put on. Not in easy conditions. This time, she pulled her length slightly back, but still I feel Chaya is pitching a lot fuller. Slightly a good land delivery will trouble Serene.
Yeah, it's a brisk start here for the Thunder. It's always important to match the required run rate early on. Nicely bowled, nicely tucked away to mid-wicket. Good fielding.
Yeah, that's concludes the over number 1. 5 of it for none.
So it's going to be Mahika coming into the attack from the opposing end, pardon me. Georgie Boyce and Serene Smalley, the openers for Lancashire Thunder. Steady start. Let's see what kind of movement Mavika can get here. Very tall, slip in place for her.
Yeah, you can see straight away coming with the angle. And that's a good tactic, I think you need to put on the slip in earlier, because the ball has has shine and the ball can get away from the right-hander. You can trap the batter early. The early you strike, the better it is. It's only 99 runs, nothing much to defend on the board.
Nicely punched, mid-off, does brilliantly there. Fantastic fielding.
Yeah, Mahika. Oh, nice delivery there. Pitched it on the outside leg, but then the ball just kept on going away from the right-hander. Nicely batted there.
Yeah, just turning it around the corner, Georgie Boyce. And there was a deep fine leg, so plenty of space on that leg side, just tucked away. It's a big square, especially towards cover and square leg. So you just need to manipulate the ball into the gaps here, Abid.
Yeah, indeed. A very good height there from Mahika. She gets that extra bounce. It's just that good length that she need to target. She's just bowling a bit of full length deliveries, but yeah, it's working.
You can see very, very good technique there from Georgie Boyce. Very correct. Steps into the line of the ball, playing the ball to the merit. It's a good contest she's having here with Mavika.
Yeah, that's what I think they are eyeing for. The outside edge. She got it, but just leading edge a bit. Lucky didn't carry it all the way towards the backward point. Again, a dot ball rightly sent back Serene on a non-striking end.
Oh, beats the outside edge there. Genuinely excellent delivery, just going across Georgie Boyce, who fished at it and was lucky not to get any bat on it.
Yeah, that was a good delivery, very good delivery. This is the channel I was talking about. He swings the ball hard, swings so much, troubles Georgie Boyce there. That concludes the over number 2.
So the skipper Chaya Mughal to continue. It's going to be Serene Smaila on strike now.
Oh, nicely shaping in to the right-hander. Chaya Mughal. Not very pacey, not very quick, but with accurate with the line and length.
Yeah, that's how you need to be on these kind of surfaces. Use the slow nature of them against the batter.
Yeah, this is good delivery, but well played, excellent, timed it, and look at that, just runs away for 4 runs. Excellent shot.
Picture perfect back foot punch there from Serene Smaila. Waited for the ball and nicely found the gap there at extra cover. Just offering a touch of width, a touch of length, and look at that, glorious
Yeah, ideal shot to watch. Perfectly treated that ball. So I think both these batters will take their time. Once they get settled, we'll see runs coming. Once again with an offer. A dot ball.
Yeah, got away with that one. Has to be very careful offering width to Seren Smaila. He's very good on that offside.
Fine leg back in the deep. And a misfield here. Oh, again misfield. They'll be coming for the third probably. Oh no. They settled with 2 only.
Well, Seren was willing to go for it. 2 misfields there from the UAE women's team fielders. You need to show more desperation in the field there. Fighting tooth and nail to remain in this contest. The 2 Lancashire batters are looking very, very comfortable at the crease right now. Shaya Mughal, she needs to provide a breakthrough.
Placed it nicely towards the backward point. Shireen is just now looking for runs. And if Chaya continues to provide that width, that will make her settle more. No threat at all. We can see the runs coming in the power play. Yeah, this is good line. But nicely punched straight down the ground and 4 runs. Excellent shot. Perfect.
Well, that is the shot of the day for me from Seren Smaila. Slightly fuller, slightly straighter. And that is a textbook on drive right out of the Wisden manual. Look at that. Mid-on was a touch wide. And once she beat the fielder, absolutely no chance. Glorious shot for 4.
Yeah.
So Micah Gore to continue. Bowled a very good first over. Her battle with Georgie Boyce resumes. That slip fielder, I'd be alert.
Nicely played there. No runs. Well, Micah Gore, they call Mitchell Stark of the team usually.
Well, you can see why. She's tall, pitches the ball up, tries to swing it. Has that lanky frame. Good combination with Shaya Mughal. Let's see if she can produce a breakthrough though.
Oh, big shout, and I think not pitching in line maybe.
Yeah, just a touch down the leg side there, perhaps even missing that leg stump, but good delivery. Georgie Boyce is not enjoying this angle. Left arm over. If she can just get that ball to nip in, she'll be in business here, Mavika. Bowling really well.
Yeah, bowling it full, testing Georgie Boyce there. Excellent bowling.
Yeah, Mavika has been very impressive. 17 for no loss after 3.5 overs. It's been a solid start from the Thunder Lightning. Lancashire Thunder opening batters rather. Giving due respect. Not offering her any width at all, Maika. Very, very good bowling indeed. Right on that fourth stump line. There is a bit of grass, stale grass on the pitch, so if you can just get that ball to misbehave a touch, that slip fielder could be in business. Hit on the up. Cover will get around to it, but they will rotate the strike here. Some relief for Georgie boys. She'd like to watch Maika from the non-striker's end.
Yeah. Excellent bowling there. She's got a talent. Maika Gore just celebrated her 16th birthday 2 days ago.
Well, what a fantastic talent she is. Very tall, natural bowler. Excellent, repeatable action. And her line and length are absolutely impeccable here. Fantastic over comes to an end. 18 for no loss after 4. Misa Jahangir, the new bowler then. Oh, big full toss. And she's got a wicket. Can you believe it? A nothing delivery has produced a big breakthrough here for the UAE women's side.
Well, including her, nobody believing. But she got the wicket on her very first delivery. Who completely bamboozled the batter. Having no idea whatsoever. Was trying to play across the line. Big heave on the onside. Missing it completely. Walking out. Georgie boys.
Well, they all count, even if it's off a looping full toss. Georgie boys has to depart the scene. An early breakthrough, 18 for 1. So the new batter coming in is Danielle Collins at 3. An unexpected breakthrough here, especially of that kind of delivery, Abid.
Yeah, you don't expect that to earn your wicket.
Left-hand batter Danielle. So left-hand, right-hand combination. Let's see how the UAE women's bowlers will adjust to that.
Yeah, indeed. I was having a chat with Phoebe. She was saying it's really tough in these conditions to bowl to the right and left-hand combination, where the openers of the UAE women's were right-hand and left-hand combination. So let's see. It's a time for the payback. Good delivery. What a nicely dealt with it.
Yeah, very close, playing across the line to a straight ball. Adjusting well there, Danielle, to get off the mark. Take a look at this replay. Hung in the air, and she was defeated in the length.
Yeah, those leg stick was visible to the bowler. Again, that loopy full toss. She kind of getting trust on that delivery.
Yeah, just not getting it quite right coming out of the hand. You can see she is trying to really spin the ball here.
What she's trying to do is she's just trying to dip the ball in the right in front of the batsman where the batter can be deceived, but we've seen that getting her success out of nowhere, but now the batters are more watchful.
Yeah, it's going to be up to Seren Smaila to anchor the innings. She's gotten off to a start, hit a few lovely boundaries already, so she's got the measure of this pitch early.
Using the feet there. Not sure it's a right choice to use your feet against bowler like Al Masira. Oh, kept touch low there. Just dealt with it and played towards the onside. After that wicket going down of Georgie, there'll be a slow in proceedings. So now the over comes to an end. So 20 runs on board already.
Twenty for 1 after 5 then. Steady progress here for Lancashire Thunder. Seren doing the bulk of the scoring. 15 off 15. She's gotten off to a start. Mahika Gaur to continue. Third over coming up. Oh, kept a touch low there. Seren trapped on the back foot. Very lucky. It wasn't a straight delivery.
She's just bowling with a great surprising. Serene is just surprised. I think she's got that very tricky action, difficult to pick, tall height, and third over on trot. Still generates the pace.
Yeah, we have to give a lot of credit to Mahika bowling 3 overs on the trot in these conditions. That will challenge the very best. And she's delivering for the side. Brilliant stuff. Look at that. Just 3 runs conceded in 2.2 overs.
Just that wicket she's hunting for. She's looking for the wicket. A wicket from here would give definitely UAE Women's the start they're looking for. An excellent batting there. Solidly behind it. Great batting there. Serena just working on that length.
Yeah, she's really troubling the right-hand batters here. Mahika Gaur with that angle she's creating.
Appeal there. Tie did appeal there. Lots of high five.
Good awareness there from the keeper. Went for that big drive, trying to catch her unawares, but Seren had never left the crease.
But you need to understand the batter is just struggling to pick up the line and length of the bowler. Mahika is just playing with the batter now. Oh, this is nice hit. Straight and a single taken.
Yeah, that's the way to play a bowler who's bowling in the channel. Just straight as you like. Nice punch there from Seren. I think Mahika got a bit of a hand on it. Let's see how Danielle Collins deals with her though. That ball will naturally come into her pads.
Yeah, so pretty much now left arm against left-hander. Michael will create that angle and the ball will come into the left-hander. Yeah, very nicely played. Very well done there.
End of the batting power play then for Lancashire Thunder. It's 21 for 1. Al Masira to continue, already with a wicket to her name.
Just a punch from the back foot will not earn her runs.
And you can see when she gets it right, she does have that loop and natural turn. Very impressive.
And what we have seen from the first inning, the spinners really getting a good assist from the wicket as well. I think that's a more an advantage. The ball kind of gets a slight bit of a pose before reaching to the batter.
Nicely punched off the back foot. Bit of a misfield at extra cover there. So Seren will pick up a single. Will be interesting to see Danielle's approach here. Will she be looking to play straight or perhaps bring out those sweep shots?
Well, usually when you get the spinners, you're struggling against the spinners, we might see the sweep shots coming in. But yeah, you were talking about this. She just hitting the signboard of Fly Emirates.
Well, Masira, the only issue is that she tends to bowl one bad ball every over. Easy pickings for Danielle, just paddling it around the corner, fine leg in the circle, easy boundary.
The last time she bowled a bad delivery that earned her wicket. But this time it's slightly different. She gets punished 4 runs.
Much better quick single taken within the circle. Excellent running.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You just struck a boundary, get to the other end. And let the bowler struggle a bit with the right-hander now, because there is a right and left-hand combination right in front of the bowler. Al-Masira just got a wicket there into her second over, where the Thunder's trying to develop the innings, stepping it out, making a York for himself, but then just getting a couple of runs there. They need to hurry. An easy 2 there.
Yeah, firm drive there from Seren, bouncing off the hands of Al Masira. Unfortunately, deflecting it past the long on for 2.
It's not easy to field a back on your bowling, as I mentioned earlier. Oh, this one goes up the finger. That's stuck in wicket for Al Masira. What a great delivery that was, out of nowhere.
Well, she missed the straighter one. Seren looking disappointed. But she was absolutely plumb in front. That is a huge wicket. 29 for 2, Lancashire Thunder. Brilliant visuals here from the Sevens Cricket Stadium. Oval number 1. We have a game on our hand. 29 for 2. The Lancashire Thunder, just when you felt they were building up a partnership, Al-Masira Jahangir, the off spinner, has done the magic for Chaya Mughal. 2 wickets to her name. And the skipper, Ellie Thelkeld, has joined Daniel Collins out there in the middle. 29 for 2 after 7 overs. The run rate is not that great either. They are putting some pressure on. It's a target of only 99, but they are losing wickets. Big full toss, just punched to extra cover for a dot ball. Isha Oza into the attack then. Top run scorer for the UAE. Oh, through the batter and the keeper there. They're going to scurry through for byes. Let's look at the umpire's signal. Did she get some bat on it? I think she might have.
Yeah. Isha batted well there. She played for Mumbai in India. A lot of cricket, a lot of domestic experience she gained from Mumbai. Very experienced. Very strange action.
Yeah, you can see she has a quick arm action. Tall lass as well. Will get that extra bounce. But they continue with that left hand, right hand combination. .32 for 2, slip in place. Oh, beats the outside edge there. Excellent bowling, that top spinner. Good take by the keeper as well. So it'll be trial by spin for Lancashire Thunder. Let's see how they cope with it. Once again, excellent bowling here from Isha. Superb over. Gone by in a flash. 32 for 2.
Well, a beautiful view from River Cam that we got. A bit of varieties there, making excellent there. Those are the figures. 8 overs gone so far. 2 wickets to Al-Masira Jahangir. Excellent economy of Mahika Gohar. I think UAE Women's have done a great job. Considering they have just scored 99 runs, they need to really work out. Then maybe a couple of more wickets.
Change in the bowling then. So Al-Masira has been taken off. Surprising decision. Kavisha coming into the attack. Perhaps saving her overs for later in the innings. Just a bit of leg spin there, a la Sunil Narayan. So Kavisha will have to be a lot more accurate though. A lot of responsibility on the skipper here, Eleanor Thalkeld, to manage this innings now. Just coming off a tour with the England A side, down under. And she is the senior pro among this young side. Nicely punched away. She will get off the mark quite safely. Get off strike rather.
Yeah, Kavisha Kumari. A good leg spinner. She's the top player in the UAE side. Be with the ball, with the bat.
Turning into the batter, nicely punched away. Oh, misfield at mid-off. They will get some extra runs here. It will pull up just about. But they have scampered through for 3. So the UAE, they are creating pressure. They need to be switched on here. Cannot give away any free runs. Just punched beyond that extra cover and mid-off fielder. Take a look here. Nicely created angle there by Danielle.
She's got relaxed action just onto her run-up. Very composed.
Oh, just beaten outside. Off stump once again. Ellie rather, playing from the crease. I think she should use her feet more, but she's not picking the turn of Kavisha here right now. Good battle going on. Punched off the back foot once again towards that deep cover. So they're really racing through the overs here right now.
Yeah, I think the Thunder have realizing that they're just behind the par. 9 overs gone, 36 for 2.
So Isha Oza to continue. Plenty of spin options here for Chaya Mughal, and she's utilizing them smartly. Oh, look at that genuine turn.
Well, it's a good practice for Thunders, I think. They are really just trying to understand the conditions. Where the UAE women's really knows inside out. Oh, a bit of inside edge. A single taken.
And as the sun has come out, the wicket has dried out even more. Very hot out there, at least in the mid-30s Celsius. So the pitch is starting to misbehave a bit here, Abid.
I think the spinners are getting enough assist, and I think a lot of overs of the spinners will see coming in. Chaya knows a lot about these conditions. She played a lot here. I mean, definitely these are being the home conditions. They know a lot about this. Where the visitors, we have Thunders. They're just having first game. They need to a little bit understand the conditions. Oh, nicely bowled, and that's a perfect delivery. I think this is where you can earn the wicket.
And what I really like is that they have a slip fielder in there consistently. So good attacking captaincy from Chaya. Squeezed away just beyond that slip fielder. Bit of a dive in steps there from Kavita. I think she was there.
Yeah, doing every bit of it, and they're enjoying it. But that's more important. It's what we are looking for.
Oh, trying to cut that away behind point. Good keeping once again. There was some width on offer. So Ellie just looking to get a move on. She knows that required run rate is climbing by the minute.
Well, I think the experience, she knows what she's doing. She's leading the side. She's very much capable of going all guns blazing later once she gets settled. Oh, there was a chance in the non-striking end, but it's all safe. The halfway through we are. It's 39 for 2.
Kavita to continue here. Oh, look at that. Turn and bounce there, Abid. You would have enjoyed bowling on this track.
Yeah, but would not love to bat on that, definitely. It's a huge task looking at this condition and the wicket, the way it's behaving. Look at that. Really difficult. Seems like Kavisha enjoying it.
Well, they need a runner ball from here. It was exactly 60 off 60. And look at the way Kavisha is turning that ball. Big turn. He's really putting some action on it. Getting that wrist into it.
Got a lot of control. Oh, you don't see usually leg spinner getting that kind of control in the bowling unless you're master at it. Kavisha is doing a good job now. So she's just piling that pressure on the Thunders.
Yeah, they will produce wicket-taking opportunities, whether it by run-outs or catches. So UAE have to be switched on here.
That went through the keeper. That missed everybody and everything.
The top spinner this time, not turning. Just an under edge beyond the keeper. Danielle Collins, does she hold the key to victory here for the Thunder?
Oh, she did a smart work this time. Waited for the delivery. Let the ball take a turn and then swung it on the onside. Gets 4 runs. Excellent execution.
Indeed, spot on. Just short enough for her to drag it towards that mid-wicket region. A priceless boundary here.
Oh, no ball here. That will add a bit of soul to the wound.
Well, could that be the moment that flips the switch for Ellie? She's been struggling out there, 6 of 15, but now she has a free hit to go after Kavisha. Just losing her lines and bearings a little bit here. She was bowling so well, but perhaps bowling an extended spell in this heat, it's not easy, Abid.
Indeed. She's probably looking for those gaps where she can go for the aerial route. Stepping it out, hitting it over the bowler's head. That's taken in the deep, but that's a free hit. Only single. Well done by Kavisha. Look at that. Use of the feet, and at least that will give us some confidence. So you need to get into the rhythm. If you middle a couple of deliveries before that. 11 gone. 48 for 1. For 2.
Isha to continue here. Only 5 runs off for 2 overs. Oh, straight back at the bowler. Could have been a chance for a run out at the non-striker's end. So this partnership is building some momentum here, Abid.
Yeah, indeed. They just getting the momentum. It's just that they need to carry on from here, not to lose the wicket anymore. An injury here to Isha on her follow through. She hurt herself.
I think she just jammed her finger perhaps. Yeah, that ball just bouncing up. And she's a key player for the national side. Bowls her 4 overs of off spin and bats in the top order. So they need her fit and firing in this series. Will allow for the rest of the side to get some refreshments. But let's hope that she can continue here. Well, looks like Isha is all good to continue. Good work by the physio there.
Yeah, that finger. The thumb is up. She says she's fine. She'll continue. Nicely bowled.
Well, it definitely didn't affect her accuracy. Fantastic stuff there. Just bowling that channel of that fourth stump. Getting that extra bounce and the ball to turn a bit as well.
More of a difficult for the batter would be to pick up a quick arm action. This one goes up, Haley. He's under trouble. And take it. That's the wicket in reward. He shows us strikes.
Well, she was struggling against the spin. Just couldn't get the measure of the pitch. Got something to hit, but only top edging it. Good catch taken at mid-wicket. 48 for 3 now. The Lancashire Thunder.
Well, the skipper is walking out. 7 runs could only manage her count. She was just trying to go play big shots.
So a big wicket loss there. The skipper of Lancashire Thunder returning to the dugout. Isha Oza with a wicket to her name. And she has been so deadly accurate. Fabulous bowling here. Just 5 runs conceded and a much deserved wicket. Danielle Collins holds the key here for the Thunder now. 17 of 13. Can she take them home?
A very good delivery to start with. And nicely negotiated towards the onside for a single. That will bring on strike the new batter, Laura Marshall.
Well, we're into the middle order of the Lancashire Thunder lineup. That run rate is slowly but surely creeping up to 7 runs per over. And Isha Oza still has 1 over to come after this.
What if she got a wicket to her name? That will add a confidence in her proceedings. She batted well, top scorer for UAE Women's. And a wicket to her name as well. Top performance. This time ball kept touched low there. That is that area where you can get the ball dip in. So 12 gone. It's 49 for 3.
Kavisha to continue here. Oh, cracked away. Beats the cover fielder. That's a poor delivery and put away by Danielle for 4. A priceless boundary. 50 up for the Thunder.
Getting 50 in style. That was wide-ish delivery, easy picking for the batter. Finds the gap, catch 4 runs. Now they need to accelerate, I think. They just lost a wicket. The captain walked out, but they need to really keep going.
Moving into the 20s here, Danielle Collins. Excellent knock she's played so far. Extra bounce for Kavisha once again. And I have a question for you, Abid. You've seen Isha Oza bowling so well with her off spin. Why have they taken off Al Masira Jahangir, who has 2 wickets to her name?
Well, a very good question that. This one again hit on the onside, and that will raise the way for 4. Another boundary in an over.
Well, a carbon copy of the boundary in the previous over. Short, sat on the pitch, and just pulled away towards mid-wicket. Timed it to perfection. Danielle finding the gap. And these runs are hurting the UAE women's side.
Seems like Kavisha just losing her line and length after getting hit for 2 boundaries. Well, Al Masira Jahangir should not be taken out from the attack, but maybe the captain had something in mind to use in the death overs.
And now Danielle is batting really well, rotating the strike after hitting a boundary. Perfect wide ball batting. And look at Kavisha's economy rate, 23 runs. She's just in a 3rd over. Considering this pitch, that's a very expensive spell.
Well, all you need to do is just play at 120 or 110 runs strike rate. You will make it for Thunders. Whereas for the UAE Women's, they need to pick up wickets. A couple of wickets here just before 15 overs. And bowl some containing overs. So the next 2 overs will be very crucial. Down the leg side, easy picking for Laura. Swept hard. The outfield is slightly slow, but that will... Well, we'll put that to the 3rd umpire, whether it was clean or not.
Well, he's asking the fielder, Al Masira. I think she's just touched the rope there. She was expecting that ball to go on rolling to the fence. Instead, it pulled up. Poor delivery once again down the leg side. Hard sweep there from Laura Marshall. Nobody at short fine leg. And well, Abid, give us a call.
Well, here, yeah, I think it's 4. I think she just put her hand over the rope when the ball was in the hand still. And she just ran a lot. Yeah, that's not given as 4.
Fielder getting the benefit of the doubt there.
Nevertheless, they have taken 3 runs. Good efforts. Isha to continue her spell. She's bowling her last over. She got a wicket to her name. And you look at the economy. She's been excellent. Just given 6 runs in 3 overs. Picked up a wicket. And it will be a real test.
Yeah, she's bowled a fabulous spell. Standout performer. Nice late cut there. Straight to the cover fielder. But we have to commend Danielle Collins' innings here. 27 of 20, where everybody else has struggled on this pitch. She's played a fabulous knock.
Yeah, no chances so far at all. Played a sweep shot, nicely connected. There will be a chase, a big chase. Outfield is not so quick. They'll take 3, I reckon.
Yeah, good commitment there from Khushi. Did not give up on the ball. Now they're utilizing that sweep shot to full effect. First from Laura and now from Danielle Collins. Picking up vital runs here, adding some momentum.
Just glided towards the backward point.
Yeah, Laura's batted well here, giving good support to Danielle. She seems to be very good against spin. Using her feet quite nicely.
Picked up towards the onside. There is chase between 2 fielders. Oh, well done, Dash. Yeah.
Brilliant effort in the outfield. That ball was just running down the hill. Excellent commitment. Throwing themselves around. It was a poor delivery. Smacked over the top of mid-wicket. But look at the square leg fielder, number 5 with the red cap.
That's a Sia. Exceptional fielder she is. Sia Gukel. Great athlete she is. She's yet to come to bowl. Just a flick on the onside. No runs.
Well, let's talk about this here, Abid, then. Shaya Mughal, the skipper, has 2 overs to her name. Only 1 left for Mahika. Al-Masira Jahangir has 2. Isha Oza has bowled out. And Kavisha has 1 more to go. So if you are Shaya Mughal, what would you do in this situation? You need 6 overs.
Well, I think I'll use Al-Masira Jahangir from now onwards. And then where you have got yourself 2 overs. Kavisha got 1 over up sleeps. So maybe along side Masira, a new bowler will come in to join now. I think to bring the new bowler right now is a good call.
Well, there's going to be a change in the bowling. Interesting. It's going to be Khushi Sharma coming on to bowl. Medium pace all-rounder, just like her brother Sanchit Sharma, both representing the UAE national side. What a proud moment for their parents. Fantastic. Oh, down the leg side, off the pad. They will pick up a single here, so she just needs to get her lines right immediately.
Yeah, because she relies a lot on her outswing. So definitely her contribution would be very useful. Right now the things are drifting towards Thunders, but UAE women's, they really need to fight back hard. Maybe a wicket or two will bring them back in the game.
Yeah, only have 32 runs more to defend. So definitely need to break this partnership. Nicely punched off the back foot. Mid off. Slightly straight there. They could have taken a single, but erring on the side of caution. Danielle Collins, what a knock she has played here, Abid.
Yeah, I think that's the wicket maybe the captain Shaya is looking for. Danielle Collins has just built this innings so well. Oh, that's called wide. A bit harsh goal, I reckon.
Yeah, but the umpire was well within his rights. Of course, thanks to the new rules of the MCC that have been given out, it's up to the umpire's discretion as per the position of the batter.
Yeah, those trampoline is just for your guidance, and this one is driven beautifully and runs away for 4 runs.
Well, she hardly hit that one, Danielle, but such was the timing on it. It just kept running away. Superb shot for 4. Extra cover fielder. Once he was beaten the mid-off, giving an almighty chase, but the ball just kept running away.
It is just in perfect placement between the two. They're picking the gap nicely.
Well, it all seems to be going pear-shaped for the UAE women's side here. They're misfielding in the outfield. Danielle Collins has moved into the 30s. Nicely punched.
Well bowled and well played it. Just that bringing the bat in the right timing. The timing is very perfect.
And the most significant thing about her innings is that she's read the conditions and adjusted very, very quickly. She does look a bit tired though. Very oppressive conditions on her haunches. 15 overs gone, 73 for 3.
Well, the UAE Mahika Gaur coming into the action with the economy of 1.33. No wickets to his name. He's bowled 3 overs.
So 24 required of 30 here for Lancashire Thunder. And Shaya Mughal turning to her ace, Mahika Gaur. Only has 1 over remaining though. Can she produce a breakthrough?
Yeah, all it depends. And maybe she's got 1 over and up her sleeve. And she's been introduced into the attack for wicket definitely. An attacking approach from Shaya.
Oh, brilliant running there from Danielle. Just a punch to mid-on. And they'll pick up some overthrows here. That's poor stuff. Not looking switched on here. Shaya Mughal, the skipper, looks quite disappointed in her body language. You can clearly see. They're leaking runs here.
They have just brought in their premier bowler. Look at that. Danielle Collins looks a bit tired.
Yeah, she's been in there for a while. Oh, off the pad, stifled appeal, but they'll pick up a leg by here. And she's really guided this run chase expertly here, Abid.
Yeah, very nice leader.
'78 for 3. Micah go around the wicket now. Nicely punched by Laura, but straight to extra cover. And she's done her role very well here as well, just supporting her senior partner.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you need. That's what you can expect from a bowler, a strike bowler, to just keep the score down or pick up wicket for you. But she didn't picked up a wicket so far. She goes still 3 deliveries to go in her over, the last over. She's bowling. But I think all she needs is just to contain the runs right now. Or maybe if she can pick up a wicket off Daniel, that would be a plus point for UAE Women's.
Nicely glided down to third man, so they're dealing in singles. They know they've got the run rate in check now, thanks to Danielle Collins' boundary flurry against Kavisha. It's just a matter of couple of boundaries and then the run rate situation completely flips.
Well, I think I see Thunders are on a very comfortable position right now with Danielle Collins inside. She's batting so well in an incredible inning that is in this difficult conditions. Oh, that's kissing the pads, going down the leg side.
Well, thankfully there was a deep fine leg in place, otherwise that could have been another boundary conceded. Just leg buys though. And now it seems like Lancashire Thunder will open their pre-season tour with a hard-fought victory. Still plenty of cricket to go, but it does feel like the game is quite safe at the moment.
Straight down the ground. They need to hurry. Single taken. The first run always is ran fast, and they did so well. Daniel is still battling. Excellent work. 16 gone. 80 for 3.
Well, 18 required of 24 then. UAE team has done a really good job with the extras. Khushi Sharma to continue. Stifle appeal, and she's been given. Laura Marshall playing across the line and struck in front. And the umpire had absolutely no doubt. Big wicket for Khushi.
Yeah, that's what they were looking for. A breakthrough, and they gets it. That was a much needed wicket. Khushi Sharma provides the wicket. The breakthrough, the partnership is just broken. Laura Marshall walking out. That's a wicket number 4. 10 runs to her name.
So the new batter coming in is the young Liberty Heap. Very impressive with the bowling. Really like the way she flighted the ball. Very consistent off spinner. But now she has to come in and finish the game alongside Danielle Collins. Will be a big test for this youngster. And you can see Danielle having a long chat with her, telling her the nature of the pitch. It's keeping slow, a touch low as well. So you just have to take your time, manipulate the ball into the gaps. Don't look for those boundary hits. The run rate is under control. Just rotating the strike will get the job done for you.
Yeah, Liberty to join in. Daniel Collins was taking the class and knowing the conditions of the batting. Looks very confident. She bowled so well. It's up to batting now. Just glided towards the onside.
Well, we have to give credit to Shaya Mughal, the captain of the UAE here. She brought on Khushi to provide a breakthrough, and she's done exactly that in her second over. Can she keep a lid on the scoring, though? Build up that run rate pressure once again.
The ball is just kept touched low, but Liberty heaved it towards the onside. And a single taken.
You have to be careful with those cross-batted shots on this slowish track. Executed well there to get off the mark. But you could easily get an inside edge onto the stumps. Danielle Collins, what a fabulous innings she's played. 38 off 32. And now she's in firm control of proceedings.
Well, this is getting interesting. When the things were just really towards Thunders, they were just about to make home. They lost a wicket in proceedings. So now it's up to, again, a pressure on Daniel Collins.
Down the leg side, off the pad, perhaps a bottom edge too. They will pick up a single. So Liberty Heap doing the right job, just rotating the strike, not playing dot balls.
Well, I reckon that was the reason she was sent. Now, she doesn't play many dot balls. A very busy batter. Keeps the scoreboard ticking. And a good partner they need alongside Daniel Collins.
Well, she is a left-hand middle order player. Reminds of a very famous Lancashire player of the past, a legend of Lancashire, Neil Fairbrother. We all know him very well, regular England international. And she's definitely molded her game in his spirit. 84 for 4 after 17 overs. So the skipper taking responsibility, coming into bowl at the death. Didn't have a good day with the ball so far in the power play, but can she produce something here, Abid?
Well, I think a lot depends on the skipper's performance here. Her performance is very crucial. A bit of an attacking approach here with the 6 fielders inside the circle. Excellent delivery. Oh, how is that missing? Very lucky Liberty there.
Yeah, once again, those cross-batted shots, not easy to play on this surface. Leg cutter attempted there by Shaya Mughal. And taking a very attacking field within the 30-yard circle, trying to cut off the singles. She will bowl out here, bowling the 18th and the last one. If it goes that long, can she break this partnership?
Well, swept on the onside and a missed field again. Chase for fielder. The outfield is not quick enough. The batters need to run. Just cut down and 3 runs has been completed.
Yeah, going for that magic ball there. Just paddled around the corner by Liberty. Getting a priceless 3 there. in getting the in-form batter Danielle Collins on strike.
Well, I think running 3 runs, Daniel is at this time when she's just batted at very difficult conditions. That speaks a volume of her fitness class.
Oh, she's been absolutely brilliant, no doubt about it. On to 40. She has truly earned these runs. Early afternoon here in Dubai, it's probably 36 to 37 degrees Celsius out there. Very windy as well. But she has held her nerve and played a fabulous innings. 12 runs to win for the Thunder. Oh, swinging across the line there, Liberty. Very close. How did that miss the off stick?
Very, very close. That was inches away, shy as the stumps. Look at that. Bowler can't believe it. Liberty can't believe it. This is getting interesting. She just stick with the same line and length. I think that's what the captain need to do.
Nice punch there from Liberty Heap. Solidly timed. So she does have that orthodox game as well. They're only 11 runs away from victory. Plenty of deliveries to go. Just need to hold your nerve. And that can be the difficult part. Single taken to the covers. Well, with so many fielders in the 30-yard circle, that should have never happened. A productive over for the Thunder once again. 18 overs gone, 89 for 4 on the doorstep of victory. So 10 runs needed off 12 balls.
spectacular.
And from nowhere, full stretch. Absolutely stunning.
Look at his face.
It doesn't get better than this.
Oh, that's unbelievable. That is utterly incredible.
Right then, 10 runs required of the last 2 overs. Liberty Heap on strike. Khushi Sharma to continue. We're having a nail-biter here in the first pre-season game between Lancashire Thunder and the UAE women's team. Cracked, straight to extra cover and dropped. But she has been run out here. So no damage done in the end, except to Khushi Sharma's wicket figures. Hard drive straight to extra cover, slower ball. It was put down, but the presence of mind. And she did the task that was harder, a direct hit. Can you believe it? So Liberty Heap has to head back to the pavilion, gone for 2 of 8 deliveries, 89 for 5. So Laura Jackson coming out to join her senior partner, Danielle Collins. So this game has more twists and turns than a game of snakes and ladders. Everything happening here. Danielle Collins has come on strike though. That will be a big boost to the chances of the Thunder of sealing this game. She's batting on 43 of 36, nearing a 50 as well. Oh, hit away. Straight to backward point, but it's a no ball. Can you believe it? A drama at the sevens. Khushi Sharma producing a wicket, but it's a no ball. Disastrous turn of events for the national team. And it's a free hit. Incredible scenes here. Abid Ibrahim, can you describe what has just transpired?
Well, the celebration all gone in vain. That was a brilliant take, but that was just getting carried away. They was just happening. They just caught the game. And the umpire calls it no ball. The more drama right at the end of this game.
A very lucky break indeed for Lancashire Thunder. Free hit for Laura Jackson. Clipped away towards mid-wicket. Long on fielders scurrying after it, but they will scamper for 2 and they'll pick it up. Excellent running by Laura Jackson and Danielle Collins.
Well, Danielle is just batting well, and the way she have played this knock, truly a champion knock. What a great innings.
Squeezed away to cover. There's no run there. Shaya Mughal swooping in. Just 6 runs required for victory here of 9 deliveries. Just need to hold your nerve here, Lancashire Thunder. A lot of young girls on their very first overseas tour
And there is a live audience. Nicely worked. Just to the left of cover, pushing for a single. Nicely done, getting the senior pro Danielle Collins on strike. She is also a hit away from a well-deserved 50. Khushi Sharma, eventful over so far. A catch dropped, a run out, then a catch taken, but a free hit. Lancashire Thunder are one hit away from victory. Back to the bowler. Bowling stump to stump. So it looks like it's going to be a final over thriller here at the Sevens Cricket Oval number 1. What a start to the tour. Frayed nerves in both dugouts. They'll scurry for a single. Gonna push for 2. No, they'll just stick to 1. That's a wise decision. 95 for 5. 4 runs needed off 6 balls. So 4 runs needed off 6 balls. It's the skipper taking the ultimate responsibility. Shaya Mughal. Making sure the fielders are in just the right position. And Danielle Collins batting on 45 of 39. Well, if she hits a 4, she'll be stranded on 49 with the game concluded. Can she end it with a 6? Or could we even see a super over? You never know. Oh, down the leg side. It's given as wide. They'll scamper for byes. Poor delivery. 2 runs away from victory now, the Thunder. So it could be Laura Jackson who has the honor to hit the winning runs. Very poor delivery from the skipper. She's had a forgettable day out there. Not getting many runs to her name and being expensive. Punched away behind point, through cover rather. Fielders chasing after it. They're running through, and that should be victory for the Thunder. It's Laura Jackson hitting the winning runs. And that will conclude a thrilling game here at the Seven Stadium Cricket Oval number 1. The first game of the Lancashire pre-season tour. Thunder and Lightning, a well-deserved victory, a hard-fought victory. And in the end, it's the visiting side triumphing over the UAE national team. It's been a closely contested game, ebbing and flowing between both sides. And in the end, it is the young Lancashire Thunder side all the way from Manchester in England who have triumphed, led by Danielle Collins. What a fabulous hand she has played. And there you can see the match summary. UAE women batting first. Excellent spirit, fist bumps all round. This game has been played with a fabulous spirit. Hard fought. And you can see this is just the start of better things to come. Just game 1. We have plenty of fixtures coming up between these two sides. They've shown a lot of quality, a lot of heart, a lot of commitment. Playing in tough conditions. It was an early morning start here at 11 a.m. Very windy, very hot conditions, not a cloud in the sky. And this is the Lancashire Thunder batting card. Georgie Boyce not getting a score this afternoon, 4 of 14. Serene Smalley batted really well, 19 of 24. But it was Danielle Collins, a fabulous innings, 45 not out of 39. Ellie Threckel struggled out there, 7 of 19. Laura Marshall gave able support to Danielle. Liberty Heap hung around for a while as well. And then Laura Jackson had the honor of hitting the winning runs. It was a good disciplined effort here from the UAE bowlers. Shaya Mughal none for 25. Mahika Gaur was fabulous, none for 9 in her 4 overs. Al-Masira Jahangir 2 for 10 in her 2 overs. Isha Oza bowled really well, 1 for 11 in her 4. Kavisha was a bit expensive, none for 26 in her 3 overs. And Khushi Sharma 1 for 17 on the day. And that is the match summary for the day. UAE women won the toss, elected to bat first, posted a score of 98 thanks to Isha Oza, 27 of 32. Khushi Sharma hung around with her. 2 for 15, Laura Jackson, the standout bowler. And then in response, it was Danielle Collins with a unbeaten knock of 45 not out, leading the run chase. It was touch and go. They needed 60 runs off 60 balls, and in the end, they completed it with 4 balls to spare. Taking a look at the second innings highlights then. It was Serene Small with an excellent start. Lovely back foot punch through extra for 4. She was looking in good touch. Adjusted to the slow, low conditions of the pitch very quickly. Georgie Boyce, well, she doesn't want to see that replay. A big looping full toss. And Al-Masira, you can see her reaction there. Danielle Collins came in and took responsibility immediately. Nice sweep shot. Put away behind, fine leg for 4. Serene Small was trapped in front and she knew. Looked slightly bemused. But Kavisha, she bowled well in spots but then just gave up those boundary balls. And Danielle Collins capitalized. Ali Theckel struggled for a while against spin out there. This was a free hit that was caught, but no harm done. But it was Danielle Collins who imposed her quality throughout, right from start to finish. Once again, offered width and nicely punched past that extra cover fielder. Used her feet very well, played the spin perfectly, and once again, she loves that pull shot over mid-wicket and took full toll each time. Laura Marshall came in and picked up an early boundary as well. Nicely executed sweep shot. Al-Masira Jahangir giving the chase there. But then this was given leg before and there was a bit of a wobble here for the Thunder. Laura Heap came in and kept the scoreboard busy. That was a misfield that cost some extra runs. And this was a pretty crazy moment. Dropped catch at short extra cover, but then the direct hit to produce the wicket. One stump to aim at. And this was a wicket off the next ball, but it was a no ball. Could you believe it? That could have been the moment that decided the contest. And instead, Danielle Collins hung around and Laura Jackson hit the winning runs. Nicely punched past extra cover. 3 fielders after it. They picked up 3 to seal the win in the final over. So that is game 1 of this pre-match tour of the UAE for the Lancashire Thunder. We will also be seeing the men's side, the Lancashire Lightning, taking on the UAE national side later in the afternoon. But what a thrilling game we've had. 39 overs of breathless cricket. And in the end, it was the Lancashire Thunder who were deserving winners on the day. Right then, let's go downstairs to Abid Ibrahim, who's at the sideline with the post-match ceremony. Over to you, Abid.
Thank you, Combs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the toss of the second game. It is between the Lightning versus UAE. Well, Ali Shan leading the team UAE and Jennings leading the side of Lightning. We have the different toss. If you guys are not aware of this, the toss will be, we'll ask you a question and you need to answer it. Whoever gets closer wins the toss. So the question is that, how many wickets has been taken from the legend of the game, the Shane Warne, in ODIs? So the battle is between 200 to 300. What do you think, Alishan? It's your call first.
274.
All right, and you?
I saw this last week, 293.
Spot on! You can't be wrong! So, you won the toss, and what would you like to do first?
We're going to bat first.
Any reason to bat first?
Runs on the board, the lads have looked good, so just trying to get into a bit of game time now, obviously leading into the season. So yeah, just bat first under the nicer UAE heat.
So what do you think would be a good total to post? I'm sure you have looked the first game and the wicket as well.
300 would be a really good total, but yeah, look, I mean anything above sort of 160, 170.